You know, chat, I gotta be honest with you. I keep forgetting it's not Thursday, too. Ms. Roy, thank you so much for the raid. Good evening, friend. Good evening to all my friends, and happy Wednesday. Yes, it must be Wednesday, because we're still maybe excavating this damn barrow. It's good to see y'all. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing excellent. I'm doing spectacular. So, it was Memorial Day on Monday. So, like, I didn't work on Monday. I don't know why that would make this feel like a Thursday, but it does. Like, I feel very similarly to you. It doesn't feel like Wednesday for me. I mean, I went into the office yesterday. I didn't go into the office today. I won't go into the office I don't know. Time is meaningless and awful. And we should resist it. If there were theoretically a way to resist it. What's up, 2-Hit? Worst problem every Thursday. Feels like Friday for me. I'm gonna let down. I realize it isn't. That is definitely a worse problem to have. Yeah, getting Wednesday and Thursday confused isn't so bad. Time is meaningless. Pride Month here, all right. Well, happy Pride Month. Happy. It's already Pride Month here. It's still May, but I don't give a shit. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month now. Happy Pride Month next month. Happy Pride Month every month. This is my ad blocker is too enthusiastic about blocking things. They do get a little ahead of themselves sometimes. Howdy, Dread. Good to see you. And of course, Manic and Fury Fighter and Ms. Roy and everybody else. I'm so glad you're here. Next month is Wrath Month. Wrath of the Pride. You didn't accept our Pride Month. Now you will accept Wrath Month. Actually, you know what? It would be... I don't really have like a rainbow setting for this, I realize. Like this is kind of the most like general rainbow shade my lights have, but it's mostly cool colors is the thing. I've got green, light blue, dark blue, purple, and red, which is honestly kind of an odd combination if you think about it. I could switch it to, come on. This one is red, white, and blue, which is obviously not pride, or at least not the kind of pride that we want to be pushing around here. And then there's like this isn't like it cycles through the rainbow, but it's not really the rainbow, you know? It can cycle. I guess that's probably, maybe that's as close as you get. Or if you don't want it like cycling in bits like that, you can just do the whole system to fade through the rainbow. Maybe this is the closest. I don't know. Really want the System Shock remake. It looks genuinely great. Does, same. I've been thinking, well, I've been posting, I've been thinking, I'm gonna leave it on this, fuck it. Happy Pride Month. Sure you can automate a hue modification of your camera to be a fading rainbow. I haven't ever tried to do something like that. I am so tech stupid about everything that has to do with this stream. I'm sure. I've been posting, oh no. Yeah, actually, that's something I want to talk about tonight, and we might as well go ahead and get to it. Because that's hey, I have a Pride keyboard. How about that? This will work, right? Maybe I just need to put my keyboard like in the background of my stream, maybe somehow, and still try to use it. I guess that'd be really cute. Friday. Let's talk about Friday. Let's nail down a plan for Friday, chat. Cause I got some stuff. Get those rainbow string LED lights. I mean, I could, yeah. That's true. Oh God, it's Endief. Two guys are fishing on a boat when a turd flies by, and he says, "Hey guys, come on in. The water feels great." One fisherman turns to the other and says, "Do you believe this?" Just look down. Where's my keyboard? Also says Pride colors. Never noticed that. I wonder how many like bigoted shithead gamers out there have rainbow RGB keyboards and just never put it together. just never occurred to them. A lot, yeah. I'm sure, dude. Keyboard slowly filters through rainbow colors. I mean, like, yeah. If you buy any gaming keyboard now. If you buy any lit keyboard now, it's basically gonna cycle through rainbow colors by default, right? So happy Pride Month to your keyboard, shitheads. I have a razor so the lights of the whole thing. This one's MSI, and yeah, my mouse is a razor, and it doeth the same. It's cycling through rainbow colors too. So yeah. Surprise Pride! Pride from the trees! Friend's keyboard pulses to Zinogre's themes beat. Chrome app Razor has is pretty neat. I haven't really experimented with that. I probably should. But again, tech idiot. You're lucky that I make it to this stream at all. You're lucky I could push the button that gets me onto Twitch in front of your eyeballs. We're all lucky in that, I suppose. Anyway, Friday. Let's talk about Friday. What do you want to do on Friday? What do you feel like on Friday? The reason I asked, hang on, because I got some, let me check something real quick. I don't know why I did that, because now I have to do this anyway. I got some games. I got some games. They're here. I checked my Curator Connect page, and people just gave me some games. And one of the games is fucking Railway Empire 2. Like, I have the big primo railway management simulator game right now. So I feel like that's worth a look. No Fury Fighter, I don't think we'll be doing that. Did you get hentai saves off stream? No, I don't think I did. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I played Dev's Ugly Gun game. Yeah, so we have Gun Ugly. And this one was really cute. The dev sent it to me with a message like, I was reading one of your negative reviews and I thought it was well thought out. So I want to see what you think of my game. Like, challenge accepted, buddy. Secrets of the Witch House. I didn't talk about this on Discord, but this actually looks kind of cool. This looks kind of neat. Secrets of the Witch House is a challenging, procedurally generated permadeath action roguelike. Encounter fierce monsters, dark secrets, devastating weapons, and pachinko as you wage war against ancient evil. So yeah. Do y'all want to do like a yeah, dude? Y'all want to just do a night of these? Because we could do a night of these. We can definitely do a night of these. And so I was thinking about System Shock. If we're not, if we did an entire night of System Shock, I would certainly buy the game. However, System Shock does have a demo. And if y'all think that demo would be worth looking at, representative of the game that is available for purchase now, we could open the night with the demo, and then I could play some Railway Empire, some Secrets of the Witch House, some Gun Ugly, and just do a whole, I guess technically indie variety night. I guess, well, no. Railway Empire 2 is Calypso, so they're not exactly. It's close enough. God, I'm not gonna split hairs about this. Demo's pretty decent. Okay, yeah, let's do that then. Let's do that. We'll do a good old-fashioned variety night. Demo's pretty expansive. I think roguelike indies would probably sit better with the average Euro. I mean, we'll just do all of them. We'll just do all of them. We'll start with System Shock. We'll do Railway Empire. We'll get the big chungus games out of the way. And then we'll spend the rest of the night on Secrets of the Witch House and Gun Ugly and whatever the Christ I have sitting around. It's not like I'm ever gonna run out of indie games in my life, ever. Oh, I know Railway Empire is not a short game. I'm well aware. I played the first one. I played the first one extensively and I reviewed it. So I would probably just do like the tutorial scenario or something in that. Just a quick look. Just a quick look, bro. Just a quick look. Just quick. Just the tip. But yeah, we'll do that. Good. That's Friday. It's Friday sorted. Did you like Railway Empire? Yes, I did. I thought Railway Empire was very solid. I thought Railway Empire was a really interesting midpoint between the old Railroad Tycoon games and OpenTTD. It actually, in terms of complexity, it actually falls in the middle there somewhere, because like Railroad Tycoon was basically just the business side of it. Like, you connected cities, you set up stations, and then most of your attentions were on what kind of engines to use and then what kind of goods to ship between cities to kind of optimize your income. OpenTTD is a lot more train simulator. Like, yeah, you're running the business. It needs to be a profitable business. You need to get the right things from point A to point B to point C to point D. But it had the whole signaling system, and you really had to focus on your train schedule and stuff. And Railway Empire is kind of in between the two. It's definitely more Railroad Tycoonish in how you run the business, but it does have signaling mechanics, and you do need to consider pretty carefully, like more carefully than in Railroad Tycoon, how you lay out your rail network. RE2 is more streamlined, but some didn't like that. Okay, I'm actually interested in that, because I definitely fall more on the Railroad Tycoon side. I'm not so interested in like the crunchy sim bits of managing like train schedules and stuff. So more streamlined does actually appeal to me. Seriously, hoping that Gun Ugly turns out to be stupid, solid, good game. Be such a 1-2 punch reversal of expectations. That would be great. That would be great. I like the Transport Fever games a lot. Sort of similar idea, but more granular. I don't think I've played any of the Transport Fever games. That was Transport Fever 2. The classic transport simulation game is a new gold standard of Transport Fever 2. Discover a whole new world by navigating transport routes through land, water, and air. May progress and prosperity find their way. It looks really pretty, assuming this isn't... Yeah, this isn't like cutscenes or anything, is it? Build your empire. Oh, you know what this looks like to me? This looks like a really scaled up version of Cities in Motion. This looks like modernized Cities in Motion to me. I mean, obviously going way deeper than that. I love the first Cities in Motion so much. It was really cool. You connect cities and stuff, you don't build cities? Yeah. I like games like this. I'm no good at them. I was passable at Cities in Motion 1, and then Cities in Motion 2 was a fucking war crime, so I didn't get very far in that. And then Open TTD. I could maybe come to grips with that if I like devoted my life to it. But man, I can't figure that game out. I'm too stupid for that one. So yeah, I think we've talked about this before. I should probably just stop saying that. We've talked about everything before at this point. I've been streaming for so long. I really like simulation games, but I always tend towards simulation games that are lighter on the actual simulation. I just kind of like going in and building stuff that looks cool and just having a good time. I don't really like getting deep into the spreadsheets and the scheduling and all that stuff. The simulation games that I tend to get into are stuff like SimCity. Anno is probably, and honestly, the Anno games are probably about as complicated as I want to get. The Tropico games are a real good speed for me. Yeah, it's the really technical ones that I have trouble with. Love games with tiny buildings, one of my weaknesses. The bits of black and white, 1 and 2, I love the city designing bits. Yeah. Did pretty good at RimWorld. Well, RimWorld is like highly technical, but on an easy to grasp scale, I think. Like, I don't think RimWorld would scale up well to like city size stuff. But RimWorld being as technical as it is, I think works when you're managing like 3 people, you know? Oh, Banished. I love Banished. I think Banished is great. As far as like city survival sims, city builder survival sims, I think Banished is in the right place for me. RimWorld is city size with melt systems. Oh god, yeah. Ambiguous Amphibian did some challenge videos about RimWorld colonies with like 100 citizens, like 100 colonists, 200 colonists, and 1,000. He did one where he tried to wrangle 1,000 colonists. Spoiler alert, it didn't go well. There any transport antibiotics to help with transport fever? No, it's terminal. It's terminal, RV Winkle. I hate to tell you. RimWorld on a moment-to-moment basis and actually you manage a city or an entire industry, yeah. I mean, there's not really any, there's some graphs in RimWorld, but it's not a spreadsheet game. And I think that's the thing. I don't do particularly well with spreadsheet games. If the majority of what I need to be screwing around with is on a spreadsheet, I'm probably not gonna grok it too well. It's just you and 3 Dumbos. I want to say Banish really kicked off the whole village sim thing. I completely agree. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure Banished single-handedly started a renaissance of city builder games. Because I mean, it was right in the right place at the right time. When did Banished come out? It was, okay, so Banished came out in 2014. All right, hang on. I have a question. I have a question for Wikipedia. Okay, yeah. I will tell you exactly what happened, chat. I will tell you exactly what happened. That's what happened. The shit-ass SimCity came out in 2013 and ruined lives. And then the year after that, Banished came out. That's what happened. That is why there's been such a sea change in city builders towards survival. Is because SimCity died an ignoble death and Banished rose from the ashes. I still haven't managed to keep my village alive after the first winter in Banished. I don't know if I could do it now. I got pretty decent at Banished. Like Steam says I put 24 hours into it. I know I've made 2 fairly successful cities. Do my achievements tell me how well I did? Well, not that great, obviously. I made it to a population of 300 citizens. And I was able to produce at least 2,000 food a year, so that's pretty solid. But yeah. Since I missed out on the drama, what made SimCity 2013 so bad? Okay, there's got to be a really good there's got to be dozens of explainers on it on YouTube somewhere. Yeah, I think the big things with the 2013 SimCity, it was a huge step back in scale and options from SimCity 4, which is what people would have been coming to it from, despite that having been so far earlier in that. They built an entirely new agent system to simulate the workings of your city, but it was busted as fuck. It was awful. It did not work right. If I remember correctly, there was like the majority of the patching they did for that game was just trying to get the agent system to work. Like traffic would get hung up in the worst places. Absolutely. I'm trying to remember. I think like the only kind of city you could build was just like straight grids. I think if you made any more complicated transit system than that, the transit agents would just bug out completely. And yes, it had an always online requirement that naturally people hated, and of course EA couldn't manage. The servers were constantly down or bugging out, or I think people lost progress. I think some people actually lost their saves because of the always online requirement. It was like, yeah, it was just a lot of really bad decisions and really bad designs. Then fucking up SimCity did allow space for Cities XL and Cities Skylines room to move in. I think Cities Skylines is the true successor to SimCity. I think that's the one that really managed to capture that crown. I played Cities XL and I wasn't a real big fan of it. It felt cheap, honestly. Yeah, jank. There was something about it, just it felt like we have SimCity at home. What's up, Helvy? Good to see you. It's been 10 years, so hard to remember. I think people found workarounds to prove that both the always online shit and ridiculously tiny city maps could both be circumvented. Yes, I can back you up on this. I remember that people found ways to disable the always online component and keep playing, and people found ways to at least quadruple the map size. And the game ran fine for a while, but it did only exacerbate the agent issues. So, and yet SimCity 2000 still slaps. Too true. I still go back to SimCity 4 from time to time. It's not my favorite, but I think it is kind of the most complete SimCity out of the ones that we do have. What you get when you order SimCity off of Wish.com. Oh my god, I love that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't love that the SimCity series died. The SimCity series is one of my all-time favorite game series. And I think it's a real shame what happened to it. At the same time, I'm not mad about what it inspired. I'm not mad that it gave rise to Banished, to Cities Skylines. I think the death of SimCity left the room for the Anno series to really prosper. Because I know that the Anno series has been around for a long time, and I kind of feel like it didn't really have room to breathe until SimCity was no more. I'm not sure I ever would have played an Anno game if the SimCity series had kept going. What's up, Zem? Fun series or was? Yeah, absolutely. Max's dying was really the death of SimCity. Yeah. I think Max is like losing Will Wright and being picked apart turned into the Sims studio was, yeah. I don't think there was really any hope there of something good coming out of it. SimCity is the corpse, forest is growing. Yeah, in a way. Funny how this also happened to Roller Coaster Tycoon almost at the same time. That's also very true, yeah. Because yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoons 1 and 2 are legendary. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is like, yeah, it's like middling. And then man, they just flushed that series right down the toilet. But it left a lot of room for people who grew up with Roller Coaster Tycoon and Theme Park before that to make their own love letters to it and arguably come up with some even better games, you know? Will Wright hasn't done anything in so long. Last I heard dudes work on some NFT game. Gross. Man, he used to be my hero. I used to love Will Wright because I was a big SimCity fan, and I loved his perspective on making games. I loved his approach where he wasn't so concerned about the perception of it, the mechanics of it. He just wanted to make fun toys, basically. So mad John Carmack is going to anti-woke game cons. I mean, that dude's been making poor decisions for a long time. I mean, he never did come off as the most sensible when it comes to social issues. So I'll say disappointing, but not surprising. Yeah, dude loved making sandboxes of playing. Oh god, where's my game? Where's the game we're playing? Where'd it go? Take me home. Country roads. Here it is. Excavation. John Romero is still a cool dude, at least. Isn't that funny how that worked out? Isn't it funny how we ended up in a place where John Romero is the cool one and John Carmack is the shitty one? Glad Warren Spector still seems cool. Definitely. I love hearing Warren Spector talk about the games he's worked on. Dude loved making sandboxes to play in, yeah. And I love that about him. And I don't think that's something that a lot of developers really do, you know? Hang on. Well, oops. I really like this channel for music, but they sometimes leave way too big a gap between the tracks. You're one of the old guys, how else are you gonna make up for knowledge debt? Use the newest shiny thing that doesn't require much actual knowledge? Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Sigil was pretty good. I heard Sigil was pretty good, never played it myself. What's up, Shadows? Good to see you. Disappointed about Richard Garriott going all in on NFT shit. Yeah. I'm with Dread on this one. Garriott was always kind of a knob. Daikata ended up mellowing out John Romero a lot, according to himself. Humbled him a shit ton of Romero. And, you know, that's great. It's apparently exactly what he needed, right? Be honest, respecting John Romero over John Carmack was not on my bingo card. I don't know what to do with this information either. Come on, Chaos. Embrace it. That's what you do, right? Fair isn't a running joke that you can kill him in every game he's in. John Romero? Yeah, I think so. Called himself Lord British, come on. I saw Richard Garriott once in person, and this was back in... Oh god, was it 2003 or 2009? I can't remember. Oh, Richard Garriott? Yeah, it was either 2003 or 2009 at E3. I saw Richard Garriott, and sure enough, he was done up in his Lord British garb. It's instantly recognizable. Embrace insanity, kind of your motto at this point in life. The handle like that has got to be. Maybe hope he was at least grounded on some level with the self-deprecating jokes towards himself in games. So like, yeah, well. Pretty sure you can kill Lord British in every Ultima game. Did y'all ever hear the story of the assassination of Lord British in Ultima Online? I remember reading about that in a like on an old webpage or something, and that's an amazing story. I fucking love it. He was so angry. Motherfucker was probably incandescent with rage. Oh, I love that story so much. That's always in the back of my head when I'm thinking about MMOs. It's always in the back of my head because I never played Ultima Online. I never had any interest in playing Ultima Online, but I will say, as a social experiment and as an early stepping stone in MMO culture, it is endlessly fascinating. Ultima Online is so fascinating and so foundational to the genre, which is funny because modern MMOs do not resemble it in any way whatsoever. It's like Ultima Online took all the chances and made all the mistakes that every MMO that came after it learned from. Shadow's got the story. Back during the end of Ultima Online's beta, the dev summoned everyone for thanks for playing speech, and Lord British forgot to set his player character to immortal, so some player ended up setting him on fire, then a mod panicked and summoned greater demons to kill everyone else by accident. And that's how the beta ended. Yeah, so Lord British was going to appear, I think it was at his castle. They had like a castle balcony or something that he was going to dress the masses from. And yeah, he forgot to set his invincibility flag. And like there were always PKers. Like from the very moment like Ultima Online was conceived of, there were PKers, right? And there were people that would come up with these elaborate plans to like kill people. And yeah, it was some dude who like he wanted to plan this thing. He knew it wasn't gonna work. He knew it wasn't gonna work, but he'd made this sorcerer just designed to like kill anybody, and he had this plan, and like he like snuck past the guards and teleported within range, and he cast some kind of like fire floor spell or something that just set the whole balcony on fire. And Lord British didn't do anything because he assumed that he was immortal, and then he just dropped dead in full sight of everybody. And yeah, the mods fucking panicked. The mods fucking panicked. Hence the demons. That's my favorite Ultima Online story. That's the Christmas event, where their idea was they have AIs running around dressed as Santa to give players gifts and shout ho ho ho. They did remember to set them to immortal, forgot to make sure players couldn't steal stuff from them. Keep players stealing every gift they had in their clothes, and the players were chased around the game world for months by naked old men shouting ho ho ho, trying to give people a gift. All of that rules so much. God, I love stuff like this. Old MMO stories are just incredible. It's such an odd thing too, because you know, you can tell stories about the good times that you had in old video games, and most of the time you can go back and relive those, right? Like if I tell you about the moment of realization discovering the upside down castle in Symphony of the Night, well, we all relived that together. I streamed it, right? You can't do that with these old MMOs, and frankly, I don't think you would want to. The interesting thing about the stories from old MMOs is they're almost like cautionary tales. You don't tell them, you don't revisit these stories out of some whimsy to re-experience them. You tell these stories as part of the greater tale of how MMOs got to their modern state. Like how it used to be it's like a Wild West story. You know, it's like telling stories of cowboys and bandits and stuff. Nobody wants to go back and live in the fucking Wild West. It sucked. But the stories from it are absolutely captivating because we don't really have anything like that anymore. Someone used the WoW event to study how diseases spread. Yes, the Naxxramas event. I remember that. I'd quit by that time. But yeah, the last big event in vanilla World of Warcraft was the Naxxramas event, where one of the undead ziggurat cities was gonna appear, and that was gonna be like the final big raid dungeon. And as in the lead up to that, there was an undead plague, and it was actually transmittable. It actually was transmittable between players, and I think maybe NPCs too. And people could be turned into zombies, and like I think it forced like PK flags and stuff. And yeah, it went to absolute hell. Like, of course it did. Of course it did. Because unlike in the, well, mostly unlike in the real world, you have people running around like purposely trying to infect people. And I don't think it was initially designed with that in mind, because everything in vanilla WoW was so adorably naive. So yeah, fucking everybody on Earth got transformed into zombies. Yeah, and the CDC learned from it. Like some scientists actually studied the spread of plague throughout World of Warcraft to burnish their real world models. That was some fun shit they were never able to implement right ever again. I mean, because they didn't implement it right the first time, and it was just hilarious chaos. If I recall, you could infect your pet with the plague and unsummon it, but the pet would still have the plague. So when you summon it in the starter city, it spread like an actual plague. Whole cities were quarantined. It was wild. Yeah. I kind of like the era of MMOs back when MMOs were more about being virtual worlds than big multiplayer RPGs. I like that in principle. But I think Shadows, that kind of goes along with what I've been saying, is that like it's fun to tell the stories from those times, but I kind of don't think the actual gameplay experience would hold up compared to more modern MMOs, because the like a lot of the streamlining and a lot of the user experience that prevents people from like losing all their shit or just getting like, you know, like chain murdered so they can't do anything in the game, you know, naturally impinges on some of that early freedom. Second Life would beg to differ. I mean, Second Life is just for all the freaks out there anyway. Another really funny Ultima Online story I know is apparently was this one player somehow found a way to control deers and just ran around servers with an army of dozens of violent deers. I mean, that reminds me of one of my favorite things from vanilla WoW was the world bosses. There were 2 world bosses, and one of them was at the gate to Outland. I forget his name. He was one of those big like winged. Yeah, Lord Kazakh. That was it. Yeah, one of the 2 world bosses. You could kite him into the major cities. And the way his mechanics worked is every time somebody died in his presence, he would get permanently stronger. But of course, he would reset if he was left alone long enough. But if you kited him into a city, he would start murdering all the NPCs. And that would count towards him getting stronger. And of course, the NPCs would respawn because they had to. And he just became literally godlike. He became absolutely unkillable and would just like instantly obliterate anyone who set foot in the city. I think the GMs had to go in and manually despawn him. Yeah, I want to become a deer master. Shots fired. Yeah, you know, I've played Second Life. Okay, I've seen the freaky shit from the inside. And I feel like with me, whenever I tried MMOs, where a lot of that freedom and sandbox were streamlined, I was left with grinding raids or dungeons. Players will yell at you. Yeah, it's obviously gonna be super, super personal. Yeah, no, I understand that. And I know that there are people out there that still pine for the old days of Ultima Online, like EverQuest, Asheron's Call, Dark Age of Camelot, yeah, all like even the early days of WoW. I mean, the WoW classic servers did really, really, really well for Blizzard, because there were plenty of people pining for the olden days. That was a long time ago, wasn't it, Chaos? Long ass time ago. Last MMO I played intentionally designed for capital city raids was Warhammer Online. Been clean from WoW for 16 years now. I guess I've been close to that, because the last time I played WoW was during Wrath of the Lich King. I played with a buddy I was working at Konami with, because he was big into it and he wanted somebody to play with. But yeah. Actually thinking about going back into EverQuest 2, see how far behind you are. That'd be interesting, Lojahai. I occasionally, you know, it's funny that we're on this topic, and I'm like, yeah, they had to get rid of a lot of the, you know, open world Wild West shit. I still get occasional urges to go back to EVE Online. I got really into EVE Online for a couple months a while back, and I'm not sure I've ever been more fascinated in an MMO than I have been in EVE Online. I genuinely really like that game, and I wish it was easier for me to enjoy. I'm fascinated by EVE Online. I like EVE Online, but I'm not exactly the kind of player for it. EVE isn't a game. Oh shit, Newhouser has my number, fuck. EVE Online, I see the stories and it makes me go, well, that sounds kind of neat. Then I hear about the Microsoft Excel integration people are actually excited for, and I get filled with pit of dread. Yeah, EVE Online's a business simulator. Like, that's basically what it is. They simulated an entire galaxy for you to play privateer in. You know? They built an entire galaxy for you to freelance in. So, and that can be fun for a while, but honestly, if you don't get into the player power struggle of EVE, and let me tell you, that shit is stressful, and that shit is such an imposition on your real life. And if you don't get into that, you're never really gonna appreciate EVE. Spaceships are red herring. Corporate politics is a real game. 100% true. Yeah. I found a bunch of fun stuff to do in EVE on my own without getting into the corporate politics. Like I did salvage hijacking for a while. I did wormhole exploration for a while. But yeah, eventually you have to have a group to do things with, and once you have a group to do things with, then the politics just comes crashing down on you. Is there an event coming up where I can recommend a narrative point and click game? I mean, you can do it right now. In fact, it's the season of point and clicks around here. I've really been enjoying the Excavation of Hobbs Barrow, which we will get to in a minute here, because otherwise we're never gonna finish this game. But yeah, point and click adventures. I don't want to jinx it, and I'm not necessarily going to start another one immediately after this one, but I feel like it's going to be a little harder to burn out on these than on other types of games, because they tend to be short, compact, varied in their experiences. Should revisit Siberia too, if I can ever get that fucking thing working. If I was gonna get into a big, huge space business sim, I'd probably just play something like X, where it runs at your own pace. Yeah, the single player version. I mean, I've heard countless people who've played EVE Online be like, why isn't there a single player version of EVE? Why can't I just play this myself? Still surprised we haven't gotten a big ass online MechWarrior game where you can be in the inner sphere, clan MechWarrior or Mercon. MechWarrior, it's rights issues, right? I feel like the people who own MechWarrior have been weirdly closed off about making video games. I guarantee you people have gone to the rights holders with countless MMO pitches for it, and they just haven't gone for it. X4 is really good now. I tried X3 once, and I was just kind of overwhelmed from the get-go. So yeah, maybe I should give X4 a try at some point. So, excuse me. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it before it gets too late. Let's get back to the Barrowings before we get too far on into the evening. Can a first-person narrative game be considered point and clickers after? Newhouser, honestly, there's no rules right now. You can recommend whatever you want, and there are two first-person narrative games that I am personally interested in streaming at some point. One we've talked about recently, one we haven't. They redesigned every mech in canon, I think, to get Robotech off their ass. Oh, no kidding. That's interesting. MechWarrior in that overarching franchise is in rights hell. That sucks, dude. That really sucks. That's a shame, because MechWarrior is some cool shit. I'm kind of excited for when we get to the MechWarrior game on Super Nintendo. Because other than the recent turn-based tactics game we played one night, I think that's going to be our first exposure to MechWarrior stuff. Just want to hang out for a bit. Still going to play this yourself. Have a good night. Hope you're still enjoying the very much so, Helvy. You are going to have a fantastic time with this when you get to it. So have a good one. Hopefully we'll see you out tomorrow night for the power hours. Thanks for dropping by. Main issue with anything near BattleTech is licensing from Macross and other anime designs. Originally had permission to use. Harmony Gold, fuck them. BattleTech as a whole is stuck in the same rates hell Whirlpool as Macross. Back when Harmony Gold was doing Robotech, the licensed mech designs from Mac. Okay. Could you look at the title screen for a second? I'm testing something. Oh, do you want to see the thing? That's just gonna quit entirely out of the game. That's okay. We'll go back in. Just a moment. Please hold. Oh yeah, schedule. Power Hours tomorrow night. We have settled on doing an indie variety night, kind of indie variety night on Friday. We're gonna start with the System Shock demo and a look at Railway Empire 2, and then we're gonna play some crazy indie shit. Game I want to recommend is Return to Grace. Came out yesterday. It's not long. I'll look into that, Newhouser. Thank you. Thank you much. The actual license holders for Crusher Joe and Macross didn't totally get what they were licensing. Big West, the Macross, there it is. Big West, the Macross rights holders heard about the whole thing at some point. It was like, what the fuck? We never said you could do this. Prompting legal problems with Robotech, BattleTech, and Macross. Damn. That's pretty messed up. Been sorted now. The MechWarrior Online devs are allowed to use the anime mech designs. That's cool. That's cool. I was looking to see if the base title screen was different. Nope. What happens during it though is, was, were, will be. All right. Anyway, so might lurk working on Final Fantasy VII. Well, enjoy your lurk. So recap. It's still day 2. It is the longest day 2 in existence. Man, we got permission to excavate the Barrow. We've been seeing all kinds of weird visions. We've gotten more backstory on Thomasina. We know now for sure that her father was the second of 3 men to attempt to excavate Hobbs Barrow 25 years ago. And something terrible happened to him, which is why he's bedridden now. A few of the residents of Bewley remember him, the older ones. We have met Mr. Shoulder. He wants us, he very much wants us to excavate the Barrow. He has a lot of thoughts about it, but he is very, very quick to dismiss anything suspicious about himself or the Barrow as coincidence. So he is number 1 on our suspects list for untoward bullshit happening. Our issue now is that we need strong, strapping men to help us excavate this Barrow, which we're not going to round up ourselves because we are destitute. We have no money whatsoever because of fucking Kenneth screwing us over. Not Kenneth the Worm, not Kenneth the Second the Worm. Our actual wormy worm friend Kenneth. So we are at Lord Pictionary, Lord Pictograph, Lord Picky Pen's house. We're gonna see if he's gonna lend us some laborers. Lord Pussyfoot, Lord Pictish. Might as well found some strapping young lads with shovels. Exactly. We know they exist. We met them in the woods. We just need the Lord's permission. Admit it, you killed Kenneth because you're angry at Kenneth. I admit nothing. I plead the 5th, even though we're in England. This is bullshit. It's Miss Tompkins.
Miss Tompkins looks more anxious every time I see her. Where is Lord Panswick?
Panswick!
I can't talk. Miss Fenchurch is ever so mad at me.
Lord Pantslick.
I've no time for frolicking with the flock.
I disagree, but whatever.
Some fine-looking flowers.
Says Last Door vibes like fucking crazy. It does. And I know, I'm telling you, that's a big reason why I like it so much. Ooh, wait a minute.
It's a symbol of some kind. A moon, perhaps?
There is a similar symbol on Mr. Shoulder's door. And we have heard from the Vicar of Bewley that Lord Pantslick is building his own chapel. And he's made, the Vicar made some allusions that Lord Pantslick's chapel may be devoted to someone other than the Christian God. So I think there may be further untoward bullshit happening here.
Miss Fenchurch is a cruel-looking woman, her face set in a permanent scowl.
It's really cool as the famous Japanese mech artist did an art book in the 1990s with take on Battletech mechs. I wish they would use those. That's cool. I never knew about that. That's really interesting. I always like the illustrations Fossa got Vector to do for
Hello there.
Bugger off, you
takes
whelp.
on something.
This is private land.
Well, I've been told to bugger off now. That's pretty normal.
I was wondering if it might be possible to speak with Lord Panswick.
Are you deaf, girl? Don't make me fetch the guards. They're armed, you know.
Do I look afraid?
By Christ, you're like a dog with a bone. Do you want to get yourself shot?
I can assure you the only things getting shot around here are the pheasant. And perhaps the odd grouse.
Thanks, dickhead.
Greetings, my lady. Lord James Panswick, at your disposal.
Wait a minute.
You're Lord Panswick?
You're Lord
As I live and
Panswick?
breathe.
You could have told me that before.
What is life without mystery, Miss Bateman? A predictable stagger to the grave?
I was imagining someone...
Much older and far less handsome?
I hate this guy
Yes,
so
to be
much.
frank.
See?
I hate this
can
guy
read
so
your
much.
mind, my dear. Now, may I ask, what brings you to my manor?
I need
I
men
wanted to
and not
ask if I
you.
could borrow some of your labourers.
Oh,
Men
what
that are
purpose?
not you.
I intend to excavate Hobbs Barrow tomorrow, and I'm in need of some assistance.
an excavation? How very delightful. We're in the middle of our own works right this minute. Follow me, Miss Bateman.
He's Gaston if Gaston didn't work out.
I promise I don't bite.
Okay, I don't believe that for a second.
For generations, this chapel was a place of
Unique devotion.
And this was until some of my more ungrateful ancestors forgot him and abandoned it.
Why did they abandon it?
Men of great wealth and power can grow so comfortable that they forget they still need the divine. The sacrifices required to maintain such a relationship were no longer being made. The chapel soon turned to rubble, and with time, even the villagers forgot him. His influence endured, but only with the isolated few who lived on the very fringes of these moors. Believe it or not, my family's fortunes have dwindled ever since. Since I succeeded my father, it has become my life's work to restore this place of worship. With this sacred place rebuilt, he shall be venerated once more, and the name Panswick shall be uttered again across all of England. He guided the hands of my ancestors. Now it is time for him to guide us. Bewley is a godless place.
Have you forgotten about St. Edmunds? Father Roach might disagree.
I shall bring him back to these lands, and this chapel shall be his seat once again. A new world.
But it seems like you wish to bring back the past.
From out of the old world shall come the new. A greater truth. But I digress. Horace, my dear fellow.
Aye, your lordship.
This fair lady here is in need of some assistance. Would you and your chaps be up for a spot of digging at Hobbs
Spot of
Barrow
digging?
tomorrow?
Hobbs Barrow. Aye, your lordship, 'tis no bother.
Good man.
Spot of grave robbery,
Good luck,
perhaps?
my dear.
Oh,
These are
oh.
my finest, and they're all yours.
Thank you. I am grateful.
On one condition.
Don't be
Yes?
gross.
I've heard wonders about Mary de Plance's Bakewell puddings. I'd rather like to try them for myself.
Your lordship, you're giving me the help of your men in exchange for cakes.
Yes.
But
Farewell, my beauty.
wait!
Okay. Okay, so this is maybe the least subtle worshiper of a great old one or something that we've ever encountered. And yet Thomasina's like, "You'll help me, great." Cool. Hey guys, let's go dig up this barrow. And he's gonna do it in exchange for cake. There have been several turns here that I did not see coming. It was like really baller. I mean, I'm sure it is. I mean, Miss Duplancy obviously has it going on. But I mean, she doesn't believe any of this old nonsense, so it's fine. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, this is another great thing about this game is that Thomasina's character is very well established. It's all hogwash. It's all hogwash to her. So she was listening to this guy bloviate about bringing back the old religion, the old gods, and the old ways, and like, you know, being known across England and the new world born out of the old. And she's like, okay, it's fucking whatever. Can I use these guys? Thanks, bye. We know better because we've played games like this. But in character for her, this is perfectly reasonable and fine. The cakes thing is just fucking hilarious, and I love it.
Is his lordship joking about the Bakewell puddings?
No, miss. His lordship is a man of folly.
How ridiculous!
He treats you all right if you do what he asks.
Horace is the leader of this band of merry men. They have some decent equipment here. It will be more than useful for the excavation. They have some decent...
Yeah, we heard that. No comment about the Church of the Old God? All right, cool. No, miss. His lordship is just a fucking idiot. Hey, can I have these flowers? They look cool.
Some fine-looking flowers.
Can we, like... What do I have? I hack some off?
I could just pick this up.
Well, then do it!
Some fine...
We're gonna need these later. We're probably gonna have to get Mildred to make us another potion. I'll be back for those. All right, so we need we need the Duplancy cakes. Cute sheepies, they are. Sheepies are so cute. Sheepies are just lovely. And there she is.
Good day to you, pet.
Hello, Mrs. Duplancy. Do you still have some of your homemade Bakewell puddings, Mrs. Duplancy?
Oh, you're too late, pet. I've a few left, but they're set aside for someone else.
Might you please be able to bake me some more?
Bake me some
Sorry,
more.
I'm not in the mood for baking. Truth be told, my dear husband Albert passed away recently.
What, in like the last 20
All
minutes?
over the shop.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Aye, he's in God's hands now.
Sorry to ask, and was that a pagan building? Oh, sorry, Arcane, I missed your questions. That was not the Barrow. The Barrow is a mound to the northeast of town. Lord Panslick's place is to the northwest, and that is an old pagan chapel on his land that he is restoring. He's made it all but completely explicit that it is devoted to some old pagan god, not the Christian god. Lord Pantsless, no, Ms. Roy, how dare you? How dare you? Not Lord Pantsless, Lord Pantslick. As in,
Were you married to Albert a long
Get it right or
time?
pay the price.
Aye, too many years to count. He was a cobbler here in Bewley.
Oh.
Most dashing cobbler in all of England, I used to tell him.
He was the cobbler.
Love his precious pet.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
There's the hole it leaves in your heart.
I can
Lord
relate
Pant
to that
Stink.
in my own way. I wish you strength in this difficult time.
Thank you. With God's blessing, I'll get by.
Now, kindly turn your back so I can steal your cakes.
May I ask who you have set aside the puddings for?
Oh, Father Roach. He won't be back until tomorrow.
Won't they be off by then?
Not at all. Besides,
Not at all.
Pet, as I told you, I'm not in the mood for all this baking chatter.
Sorry, Mrs. Duplancy. Thanks for your time.
Lord be with you.
This must belong to Mrs. Duplancy. That's not mine to interfere with.
I think it may be. Chat, you're so funny. All right, what do we have to work with here? So you move from grave robbing to cake plundering. It's true. It's true. And failing at that too?
No one here.
Always.
The
Always,
sign is in a
always.
shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's.
That was her husband's shop, presumably.
Mutton pies!
Man, that's not the cake I want. Thinking thoughts to do. Convince Miss Duplancy to bake pudding. So maybe we don't need to steal her cakes. Maybe we need to convince her to get back to baking. Now the real question is, how would we do that? Resurrect your husband, easy peasy. Hang on, her husband's name was Albert something, right?
In memory.
Peter, George,
In memory.
William,
In memory.
Barnaby,
In memory.
Mabel,
In memory.
Percival,
In memory of.
Benjamin,
In memory of.
Henry,
In memory.
Millicent. Whoa! This is new.
The simple wooden cross bears a small plaque.
Here we go.
On which is inscribed the name Albert Duplancy.
Relative, are you?
No, just looking.
He were the cobbler. Who's going to mend me boots now?
So, the unmarked grave I kept trying to dig up was the cobbler, Albert Duplancy.
Hello. Does this fresh grave belong to Mrs. Duplancy's late husband?
Aye.
Rather bare, isn't it?
My job is to dig the graves, not decorate them.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
And goodbye.
The simple wooden cross bears a small. The simple.
Okay, that's all we're gonna get out of that. Prefer Peach Cobbler to Albert Cobbler. Good evening, Echo Far. Good to see you. Good to see you. Suggests his death is very recent indeed. Yes, certainly. Never had Albert Cobbler. We have Prince Albert in a can. Apparently we have Prince Albert in the ground. Let's chat with some folks. Maybe we can get some background on them.
I can't think of anything.
Maybe not. Let's go talk to
Mutton
Stanley.
pies!
See if he has any parables to
I'll
share.
let the worm enjoy his new home.
All right. There's Kenneth II, still alive and well. There was a guy outside. I probably should talk to him.
There's nothing else.
No. Had a Jill sandwich before? Nice.
I've not seen him round the village before.
New character alert.
Good day.
Hello there.
Hello there.
My name is Thomasina. What's yours?
Ralph. Not seen you around
Ralph.
before.
I'm just visiting. What brings you to the market today?
I purchased a Scotch egg for me tea. You want a bite?
No, thank you.
I just met this woman. You want to eat my egg?
I'm looking for some help with an excavation tomorrow. Might you be interested?
Sorry, miss. I've already got my own job.
Enjoy your Scotch egg.
I will.
Oh, Will. All right, the horse is still here. The cat is still here. Ralph's a good egg. Apparently Ralph has a good egg. When's the share a Scotch egg with a stranger at least? Ralph baked his cakes.
It's probably safer if I...
Yeah, probably.
Good day.
Freshly picked apples, miss. Selling them at a steal. Would Miss like to buy some?
No, thank you.
Let's visit Mildred real quick.
I can't think of any.
Nope, nothing for her. Father Roche isn't around right now. I don't know where Tillman went. Now there's a question. Where did I just realized, hang on. Let me go back to Pantslick Manor. I didn't talk to either of the ladies here before I left.
Thank you for bringing me here, Miss Tompkins.
You're welcome, Mom.
Did you just throw shit on me?
I'll let her get on with her sweeping. Though what exactly she is sweeping up remains something of a mystery. Good day.
Oh, another strumpet looking to find her way into his lordship's bedchambers, I see.
I'm nothing of the sort.
Miserable shit.
I've seen plenty of your sort before.
Barrow diggers.
I don't wish to provoke her wrath any further.
Oh, I do. I want to provoke the shit out of her wrath.
No time for...
No time for frolicking. All right, well, that was demonstrably unproductive. All right. There must be something we can do with the grave.
Good day.
Hello, Miss...
Ask about the
I
grave.
saw your late husband's grave, Mrs. de Plancy. I am very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, pet. I'm ashamed to say I couldn't afford naught more than a simple wooden cross. You were a colourful man, our Albert. He deserves better. He loved his flower beds. He's only been gone a fortnight, and already his plants have gone to rot. May the Lord forgive me.
Plants are difficult to maintain. I'm sure Albert would understand.
His precious hippeastrum were the first to go. I would have loved to lay one on his grave.
All right, got it. I bet those are the ones at the manor.
What does a hippeastrum flower look like?
Oh, beautiful things they are. Tall stems topped with large red flowers.
Got it.
Hard to grow in this climate. They were his pride and joy. The remarkable thing is there's no scent to 'em. That's why he loved 'em so much. You see, he hated anything that smelled sickly sweet. Hippeastrum were just perfect. Let me know if you come across one, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. de Plancy.
All right, we got her in.
Time.
Lord be with you.
A call to glory, verily a quest. And upon this quest I shall be. I got this. I got this, chat. I got the plan. The plan C. That's terrible. This is really bad. Give.
These matched the description of the flowers Mrs. de Plancy mentioned.
Yoink it.
There's no scent.
You get away from my hippeastrum.
Ah, apologies.
Move!
Well, that confirms it.
All right, so we have to deal with her.
I'll have to find a way to distract Miss Fenchurch. She's watching me like a hawk.
A hawk.
Good day.
Hello.
I really need one of those hippeastrum flowers.
Punch her in the face.
Why?
It's a long story. Might you please be
It's not
able
really
to
that
go
long a
for
story.
me, or distract Miss Fenchurch so I can take one?
Those flowers are Miss Fenchurch's favourites. She spends hours looking after them.
Okay, yeah, but I hate her, so...
Sorry, Mom. It's just that I'm so worried about Mr. Ambrose.
The milkman.
Aye, we were to run away together today.
Oh,
I
shit.
see.
I'm worried sick that he stood me up. Without Mr. Ambrose, this job is all I have. I can't risk losing it over a flower.
Okay. I think ultimately we have to find Mr.
Sorry, Miss
Ambrose.
Tompkins. I still haven't seen him.
Do you think he's abandoned me?
I'm sure that's not the case. He must have been delayed somewhere.
Could you try to find him for me, Mum?
Yeah, we got this. It's fine.
Please, Mum. I'd do anything for you if you found my love.
I can try.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
You're ever so kind, Mum.
I like this. I like this little chain of events. So we have to find this lady's lost love so she can elope with him. Before she does that, out of thanks, she will distract Miss Fenchurch so we can steal the flowers, which we will give to grieving old Mrs. Duplancy. And she'll be so grateful that she'll give us the cakes that we need to give to Lord Pantslick so that we can use his strapping young men to excavate Hobbs Barrow. Done and done.
What does Mr. Ambrose look like?
Yeah, who the fuck is this guy?
Brown hair.
I'm afraid I'll need a bit more to go on.
Sorry, Mum. I'm too upset. Please find him, won't you?
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Hey, stop your nattering and get back to your sweeping.
Sorry, Miss Fenchurch.
Just imagine the same quest chain in a Fallout. The ending practically writes itself. What was the middle part again? So we find Mr. Milkman's and reunite him with Miss Tompkins. Miss Tompkins will be grateful. She'll distract Miss Fenchurch so that we can steal the flowers, give them to Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy will be very grateful and give us the cakes that she was saving for Vicar Roche. We bring those cakes back here and give them to Lord Pantslick, and he'll be very grateful, so he'll let us use his strapping young men to excavate Hobbs Barrow tomorrow. Hippiastrum is another name for amaryllis, the common Christmas plant. They're native to Mexico. Interesting. Why is she sweeping a dirt road? Because British aristocracy is just the worst. They are just garbage people who force others to do pointless things for not even their own amusement, just because. We know where Miss Duplancy's lover is. He's dead. Why do we need to give flowers to the strapping young man? Okay, so maybe we have a solution for this, because the only description she has is guy with brown hair. Maybe we just grab this guy, the pie seller.
Time for a juicy mutton pie?
Time for you to shut the hell up.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Aye, I do. Why'd you ask?
Isn't he normally here at the market?
Aye, he's normally 2 pies in by now. Don't know where he is. I'm sure someone around here must know where he is.
Question everyone.
Get hungry now, lass.
I would actually love a mutton pie at the moment.
Good day.
Hey up.
Yep.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
He's here every market day.
Except this one.
Aye. I haven't seen him today.
Any idea where he might be?
Not in the slightest.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
God damn, I think about getting back into MechWarrior Online. No! Somebody stop him! Tackle him! Get him away from the keyboard!
Care to buy some apples?
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
Eddie? Aye.
Have you seen him today?
Eddie Ambrose.
Well, maybe his milk's gone off. I hope so. Might mean some of his customers have some spare coin for me veggies.
Nobody's gonna buy your garbage.
Bye.
You know where I am.
God, I hate this guy too. This lady's gone, which is probably just as well because I think she fucking hated me. This guy's still here.
Good day.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Do you know Mr. Ambrose, the milkman?
I do, yes.
Have you any idea where he might be?
He is usually here by now.
So I heard.
He normally arrives via the road to the east of Bewley.
Thank you. Enjoy your Scotch egg.
Helpful.
Well.
Helpful. Helpful. And we're going the right way because we're getting a flashback.
There we are. Your shells are looking much more interesting now. I pestered Mother for years to let me bring some of your treasures here. I think she's worried that I want to follow in your path. She has hidden most of your discoveries away. I had to beg her to bring me to visit you, you know. I shouldn't worry you with all that. Do you know that I have a story for each of these pots? Well, I don't know if they're all true, but they are my memories. Even though I was so young, I still remember our adventures together. Would you like me to share my memories of them? Well, I'm going to, whether you like it or not.
What'd you do to piss off the cellar woman? The little girl, Willie's sister, was juggling apples, and we gave her the wormy apple to juggle. And she freaked out, and she threw it at the seller's cart and knocked over all of her cans. So we were able to switch some herbs that she had that we needed with poisonous ones. I'm guessing that probably didn't end very well for one of her customers. So yeah, we're not in so good with her anymore. Could have been kept away due to the track damage. Doesn't sound like he travels by train. The train is to the west of town. We're heading out the road to the east. He either travels by foot or by horseback. Wait, what am I doing?
I think you brought this one back from a trip abroad. I would have loved to go with you, but Mother didn't want me to. I remember you being so proud of it. It looks ancient. You were incredibly excited about this one. I hadn't gone on an expedition with you yet. You were so happy about it, showing it to Mother and I. You didn't stop talking about it for hours. I thought, how can Daddy be so excited over some old broken pottery? But it wasn't long until I understood.
The troubles that adventure game protags get into. Indeed.
We found this one together in that mucky old barrow near Avebury.
Mucky.
I think it was the second time you'd taken me on a dig with you. I remember you bringing it up to your face to look inside and shrieking in horror. "There's a bloody rat in there," you screamed.
Tops bought Battletech? I didn't know that.
Mother was so angry when you brought this one home, wasn't she? "William, that simply will not do. It's taking up all the space on the mantelpiece." Once you moved it to your study, I remember creeping in to take a peek at it.
Mother sounds pretty miserable.
This is from the first dig I remember you taking me on. The excavation of West Kennet Long Barrow. I found it wedged behind a stone as you ate your sandwich. You said, "Now there's a tiny urn for a tiny girl." I almost forgot. While I was searching for your pots in the shed, I found one of your manuscripts. I thought Mother had burnt all your notebooks, but she missed one. It was an account of barrows across the east of England. I managed to read it all before Mother took it away. Daddy, it was fascinating. I've decided that is what I want to do with my life. I'm going to travel the country, excavating and documenting my own finds. Well, as soon as I'm old enough to escape Mother, that is. When you're feeling better, we can go out on expeditions together again, just like we used to. I promise you'll get better, Daddy. I'll do whatever it takes to make it so.
That sounds like foreshadowing to me. Gee, wonder why Dad was away in digs all the time. I know, right, Freegolet? This road. Is that a... No, it wasn't anything. I guess now we can finally go this way?
There's something ahead on the road.
We have that tiny dot at the bottom.
My God! Mr. Ambrose! I'm going to help you.
That's different.
What cruelty is this? Let me free you, sir.
Some stag party.
The rope is bound too tightly. I can't even free his mouth. Don't worry, sir. I'll find a way to free you.
Is that...
It's Herbert. He's lapping up the spilt milk.
Fucking Herbert, man.
Please hold still. I'm going to cut
Yeah,
you free.
don't lean into this or anything.
He had been so tightly bound that I
Jesus.
could barely cut through without hurting him further.
Made an urban mech company box? Bring the flamer, the heavy one.
His mouth was stuffed full of flowers of a most peculiar scent. I was dismayed at such savagery, and wondered if the feral folk Father Roach had mentioned were responsible for this abhorrent act. After some considerable effort, I managed to cut him free. Are you all right?
No.
We were lost in visions of hell itself. The devil. I saw the devil.
Who did this to you?
I don't remember. Oh, the terrible sights I saw. I won't forget them till my last breath.
Are you Mr. Ambrose?
Yes, Edward Ambrose.
You were to meet Miss Tompkins today.
My love. Oh, my darling love.
Let me take you to her. Here, take my hand. As we made the arduous trek to Panswick Manor, I probed Mr. Ambrose on who had done this to him.
I hope this doesn't affect the freshness of the milk.
He insisted that he didn't remember anything, except for his nightmarish visions.
Oh my god, he's so high he thinks he's Ambrose. It'd be so funny if it was just some other dude, just some random guy.
My love.
Who the hell are you?
Eddie!
Alright, enough sucking face.
Jesus, what happened to you? Were you in a fight?
Now, fret not, my love.
I thought you'd abandoned me.
Never. Thank your friend here for helping me out of a bind.
Oh, Eddie!
Let's get out of here, my darling.
Hang on. You thieving bint! Forgot it! Oh, stick it where the sun don't shine, you bitter old sap!
Yes! Yes!
The cheek!
The cheek!
Well, Mum.
Thank you, Miss Tompkins.
No, thank you for finding my poor Eddie.
Thank you, lass.
Let's go, Eddie. I'm never setting foot on this godforsaken estate again.
God bless you, lady. This game
Good luck, you
rules.
two.
This game fucking rules. I can't have the broom. If she doesn't come back with a gun, that may be the last we see of Miss Fenchurch. Unless she's going to get in our way once again with Lord Pantslick. Thank you for saving Eddie from the crows. What's she gonna do? Just push her ass down? This isn't America. This isn't America, but she does work for the aristocracy. They can kind of do whatever the fuck they want.
I have something for you.
You found them? Oh, you dear child. Let's take them straight to Albert. You'll come with me, won't you?
Of course, Mrs. Duplancy.
Of course. Oh, it's getting rainy.
You know, the things I miss most about him are the things that used to annoy me. The click of his jaw as he chewed his sandwiches, leaving his tools all around the house. The way he'd never back down from an argument. He's just quiet at home now. Silence. The funny thing is, that's what he always craved. Peace and quiet.
Now he has the silence of the grave.
Albert.
Sounds like he was. I'm so sorry.
Do you fear death, pet?
Didn't make you feel better. Cake baking. The guns are even concurrent with this game. Black powder rifles, blunderbusses. This is Victorian era. So around 1900 or so. So I mean, at that point they have revolvers and such, right? I like this answer.
It's the part in between that concerns me most.
Whatever do you mean?
My father had an accident many years ago. Ever since, he's been in a state we can neither speak
What year?
nor move.
Unspecified.
Oh, that does sound dreadful.
We haven't
I'm
been given
sorry,
any
Pet.
dates.
I believe his mind to still be active, but perhaps this is the worst of all fates. To be trapped in one's own body and unable to express
Victorian era.
oneself while the world continues around you. That is what I fear.
We know there are
Maybe
trains
you'll
and there are
get better
factories.
one day.
I'd do anything to make it so. Those flowers look beautiful.
They do. Albert will be smiling down on us. Pet, I left me basket inside the church. You'll find some Bakewell puddings in there. You can have them.
Oh, you...
I insist. You've brought an ounce of happiness into my day, dear. It's only just that I return some.
Thank you, Mrs. Duplancy.
To be truthful with you, I was saving them for myself. I shouldn't be so selfish. Lord forgive me.
You're nothing of the sort.
I'll stay here.
That's
with
cute.
Albert a
I
bit
like that.
longer. You go back to your day, Pet. Lord be with you.
And you, Mrs. Duplancy.
Thank you so much for enabling me to dig up someone else's grave. Muskets were muzzle-loaded, pistols were flintlock. I see, I see. Yoink!
Here they are.
What do these look like anyway?
Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings. They smell delicious.
When did revolvers become common? When was the advent of the revolver? I wonder why Lord Pussy Willow couldn't just ask her for some? Because he's this.
The vision returns.
He's this.
I come
He likes
bearing
fucking with
gifts.
people.
Freshly baked gifts?
Yes. 3 of Mrs. Duplancy's famous Bakewell puddings.
You are an amusing creature, Thomasina.
What do you mean?
You must think me a scoundrel of the highest order for asking you to undertake such folly. Of course, I would have lent you my men either way. I merely desired an excuse to share a cake with you.
Lord Panswick.
I take no pleasure in watching you scurry about Bewley to fulfill my every whim.
Bullshit.
Or do I?
Yes, obviously you
I
do.
do not find this amusing in the slightest. You have no idea what I had to go through to get these for you.
Oh, I do. And that's what I admire about you. Tenacity.
Although
Even in
interestingly,
the face of something you know
we
to
did
be
greatly
absurd,
improve
you
3
don't
lives
give up,
by
do
doing
you?
this.
Never. Though in this case, I ought to have.
Now then, will you share one of these tempting confections with me?
I don't know the exact time. I know by the time of the American Civil War, they were standard issue for officers. Post 1860. Okay. So somebody could be rocking a revolver around this point, right? Center fire bullets were a big leap forward. Fuck you, my puddings. Yes, why not?
Why not?
Splendid. I'm glad the rain doesn't put you off. You like to live a little dangerously, don't you, Thomasina? Let us stroll to the beck.
That sounds nice. We walked side by side down to the beck, his hand occasionally brushing my own. Despite Lord Panswick's entertaining company, I had an overwhelming feeling that time was being wasted. We ate those cakes down by the beck, and as he attempted the most charming lines he could muster upon me, I only had one thing on my mind.
And it was disgusting. Barrows.
Father,
Oh. Also father.
could he be saved from his suffering? Was the answer to be found within Hobbs' Barrow? I ached to find out. I didn't even notice the taste of those famous puddings. Seemingly disheartened by my lack of enthusiasm, Lord Panswick soon marched me back toward the ruined chapel.
Well, we ruined his day.
Chaps, listen up. You're to assist Miss Bateman's excavation tomorrow. What time, Miss Bateman?
Early morning, if you don't mind.
We'll be there whenever you need us, miss.
Hobbs Barrow. On the Bryden estate, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll be there.
Take your tools with you.
He knows.
Miss Bateman will need every
He already
assistance
knows.
we can provide her with.
It's no bother.
Splendid.
Thank you, lads.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you later, my dear.
Thank you, Lord Panswick.
We're finishing up here, miss. See you tomorrow morning, all right?
Certainly. I appreciate your help.
So it be.
Well, that's a relief to have my crew assembled for tomorrow. It's getting dark and cold. Time to head back to the plough and furrow.
Sure, Lord Pickle Dick has a few rifles. He probably sounds like a fucking psycho. Love the sarcasm. Voice acting is very good, Echo Car. I'm loving it. Winchester repeater rifles started being used by some cavalry units during the war, too. Winchester is a firearms genius. I think the name Thomas Senior is a fun fact. Back in the Middle Ages, everyone was being named after biblical names. Most biblical names are male, hence there were a lot of girls named Paul running around getting married to Guy Jacobs. The church monks couldn't handle this. So female versions of male names were made. That's so interesting. Huh. Hey, look. Owl.
I find owls to be rather sweet creatures. I don't wish to disturb the owl.
Yeah, let's not fuck with him. Sounds like a bunch of woke gender BS to me. Like Pauline? Yeah, that would make sense. Is that where Michelle came from? Paula? Jesse or Jordan or Marky?
Evening, Miss Bateman.
Good evening, Stanley.
What the hell?
Your lordship,
Stanley, my good man.
to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, your lordship?
I've come to wish Miss Bateman good fortune for her grand excavation tomorrow. I'm really rather curious as to what she might turn up.
As am I, your lordship.
An exciting time for Bewley. Wouldn't you agree, Stanley?
Oh, yes, your lordship. Very, very exciting.
My dear, please, allow me the pleasure of buying you a drink. A welcome antidote to the wind's bite. Wouldn't you say, Stanley?
Yes, indeed, your lordship.
Why the hell not?
Why not?
Splendid. You heard the fair
Lord
lady.
Pickle Fuck starts twerking, I'm gonna lose it.
There you are.
Thank you.
Everyone, raise your glasses to Miss Bateman. May she conquer Hobbs Barrow and find all that
All right.
she desires. Hip hip.
Hooray!
You don't wish to join me in a beverage?
Oh, you go ahead, my dear. Alcohol does not sit well with my constitution.
I'm convinced he knows
Lordship,
what we're gonna
I needed
find.
that.
I aim to provide you with whatever your heart desires. I've reminded my chaps they're to meet you at Hobbs Barrow in the morning.
Thank you again, Lord Panswick.
Till we meet again, faites des beaux rêves.
The
Mr.
fuck does that
Sheldon.
mean?
Your lordship?
Those two. Those two. I think Panswick and Shoulder know what's up. Poison. He's an incubus! I think I'm starting to enjoy Final Fantasy VII more now than I'm out of Midgar properly. The game, like, I think that's one of the great strengths of Final Fantasy VII, actually. I find Midgar to be a really interesting setting for the game. And then after that, you get, like, a full Final Fantasy game, which is pretty cool to me.
You've changed your tunes, Stanley. An exciting time for Bewley. I thought you didn't want me to excavate Hobbs Barrow.
Well,
What can I get you?
I'm fine for now, thank you. Hello again, Mr. Shoulder.
Miss Bateman.
Miss Bateman. Pansog wants to be a hob, but he's only a cob, a corn cob, or a knob.
I've recruited the help of some local labourers to help with the excavation.
Marvelous. When do we start?
Tomorrow morning, first thing.
Wonderful.
Can I count on your assistance?
Of course. I'll meet you here at the Plough and Furrow.
Thank you for your time.
Aye, Miss Bateman. We will speak more later.
Is he gonna head back out, back to his place, way out on the moors at this hour?
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
It's Tillman! The hell happened to you, Tillman? Tillet.
Seen her.
Oh, he's
Arthur.
fucking sloshed.
I've remembered something.
What is it, Arthur?
Not here. Meet me outside. In the alley.
He's stinking drunk, but let's hear what he has to say.
That's still extremely concerning.
Hello again, Cyril.
You're still here? Leave me be, lass.
I'd like to avoid speaking to her. Maybe she didn't notice that I swapped the herbs, but it's not worth the risk.
Well, if you're narrating it to yourself right behind her. Final Fantasy VII also suffers from some really bad translation issues. It does. It does. It's got a rough translation. It's got some really funny parts to it, though.
What is it?
First of all, I must apologize to you. That night we met, when I vanished.
Yes?
Well, there were a man in the loo.
Who?
A hooded man.
A what?
He threatened me with a beating if I told you anything about what I saw.
Oh, Arthur, that's terrible. What did you see?
That's the thing. I hadn't the foggiest idea what he were on about. It was a drink, you see. I'm an embarrassment, Thomasina.
No, you're not, Arthur.
Here's what I need to tell you. I've remembered what you were on about.
Oh?
I, standing in the woods today, I knew there was something. I waited, I concentrated, and it finally came back to me.
Please, you're keeping me in some serious suspense here.
Spit it out.
It were a couple of days before I met you.
Oh, we get a Tillet flashback.
Hurry now, Leonard.
I'm not as quick as I
Knew
used
it.
to be.
Knew these fuckers were in cahoots.
By the day.
Yes, yes. I'm constantly made aware of your failing health. Do not fear. You said he has promised you the reward of your returned strength.
Aye, and it can't come soon enough.
Are you sure that it must be her blood?
Aye, she's family.
And she gets here in 2 days.
Aye.
We must bring her to the site as soon as she arrives.
No, no, no. Your lordship, with all due respect, we've been through this. We need to ease her into the idea. She would laugh in our faces if we just asked for it.
Who said we would ask?
He told me that she needs to give it willingly.
This little scheme of yours better work, Leonard.
It will, your lordship. We've got the perfect bit.
Wait. Who goes there? Did you hear something? Ah, a moonlight tryst.
Uh-oh.
After something, are you, Mr. Tillet?
Your lordship, let me...
Save your words, you drunken wretch. Off you go, skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
Don't make me ask twice. I do wish you wouldn't spend so much time with that fool. It's beneath a woman of your standard. It's sad, really. That dog urine they serve here has rather pickled the man's brain.
You're being most unfair to him. Mr. Tillet is a nice man.
Come now. I shall bid thee adieu once more, but I do not wish for this to come between us. All the very best wishes for your excavation tomorrow, my dear.
Thanks.
Jesus. Okay, so Lord Panswick and Mr. Shoulder are in cahoots. Mr. Shoulder definitely was the third guy in the excavation 25 years ago. They knew Thomasina was coming, and they need her for some kind of ritual that they have essentially led her into. Tillett overheard it. That also means there was a hooded man in the loo. That was Mr. Shoulder. Because when we circled around to try and find Tillett, we saw Shoulder and we found his glove outside the door here. So he was the hooded figure who threatened him. Well, this is all spectacularly fucked. Oh, hey, hi. Cyril is in fact covering his ears, yes. No, hello. Is this thinking about tossing a coin to your Witcher? Toss a coin to your Barrow. Toss a coin to your Digger. There we go. This is not bad. This is not bad. But this sort of thing always strikes me as someone on the development team does music in their own time and they want to get their song in the game somehow. Yeah. It's okay. I'm not gonna begrudge them this. Also, they very willingly threw up the escape to skip prompt at the beginning of this, so whatever. When done well, it can work for the game. When done poorly, though, it can just like take you out a bit. Has there been like, the music in this game has been very not present, I've noticed. There's not much music in this game, or at least not much that I've noticed. I think that's one of its few weak points. And they just stream this on their phones instead. It's okay, he's just ahead of his time is all. He's like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. Y'all aren't ready for this, but your kids are gonna love it. Wow, day 2 finally ended. Maybe. I hope. All right. We've Silent Hilled ourselves again. Hello. You're just like I remember you.
So, Thomasina, the journal proves I'm telling you the truth, does it not?
It does.
Good. Now listen. I can help him again. We can help him. Together.
How?
All those years ago, your father entered this barrow with the goal of binding me within it. All because the people of Bewley had gotten it into their heads that Sack's not what cause of their plight. I tell you, Thomasina, we're not.
Your father botched his incantation, leaving me in this weakened state, stuck in this limbo. As for him, well, you know how he ended up.
This doesn't sound right. Incantations. My father is a man of...
You don't know your father, Thomasina. How old were you? A child of not even 5, 6 years? You need to enter this Barrow and undo what your father did. The spell must be undone. Then not only will I regain my strength, but your father will too.
But how do I...
Blood. The truest symbol of life and death. It's the life which flows within you, but it's also death once it escapes.
I don't understand.
Worry not how you'll undo what's been done. When the time comes, you'll know exactly what to do. Time is short. Your father and I grow weaker by the hour. Go. Save your father.
The third day, incantamentum. He wants the same thing that Pantswick and Shoulder do. So I think I am being sold a bill of goods here.
I must undo what has been done. Father, I'm coming.
Is that he? That we do believe that is the Gobbo. Yes. Wait, Herbert's in the room.
Herbert, how did you get in here?
Kit. Kitty.
It doesn't matter anymore. I've got much more important things to get on with.
More important than Herbert.
I've got much...
Pet the kit. Pet cat. Free the demon, take his blade, revenge of the monstrous Scotch Eggman.
Good morning. Stanley?
Ah, Miss Bateman. Mr. Shoulder left a note for you.
Thank you, Stanley.
Miss Bateman, meet me at my home as soon as you read this. There is no time to waste. Leonard.
Oh, there were a key with it too.
I don't know if this matters, but I'm gonna pop a day 3 save.
I must make haste to Mr. Shoulder's residence.
Straight on, I suppose. You're right, that's not what he said the previous night. He did say he would meet us here.
Miss Bateman, I beg you, in the name of God, leave this town.
Whoa.
Father Roach, what is the meaning of this?
There's nought for you here, lass. Clear off.
I beg you, Miss Bateman.
Father Roche, Mr. Farnaby. Here to wish Miss Bateman good luck for her excavation, gentlemen.
There's like 2 factions of townspeople.
Mr. Kemp, you know...
An excavation strongly supported by Lord Panswick, no less.
I wish you well with your findings, Miss Bateman. May the Lord strengthen you and guard you from the evil one.
Yeah, little children, guard yourselves from idols.
Good luck, Miss Bateman.
Thank you.
Panswick pulls all the strings, apparently. Leave, but what about my pagan rituals? Anybody else?
Make haste to Mr. Shoulder's residence.
All right, we're going straight to Shoulderland. Is Mr. Blacksmithy out? No, he is not. Pretty sure Panswick can disappear anyone he doesn't like. Most likely, yes. Most likely.
Douglas? Douglas dropped his toy sword. It's just a toy. It's no use to me.
Yeah, you might not be saying that later. I wonder if anyone's ever done an archaeology-themed dungeon crawler. You should ask our Dominic. If anyone would know, it would be he.
What a peculiar name. The Devil's Toe. I can't quite see the resemblance myself.
But yeah, that could work really, really well. In fact, I would be surprised if there wasn't one. A small
What's
box.
this?
What's this?
What's this?
What's this?
A box. It's locked.
Hence the key.
Mr. Shoulder, I got your note. Explain yourself. Curses.
Explain yourself, old man.
This small key was enclosed with Mr. Shoulder's note. It's locked. The key fits.
Faith and Begora locked no longer.
Another one of these peculiar stones.
Abpa.
Wait, does this mean Mr. Shoulder was the third man on my father's excavation?
Yes, fucking obviously, Thomasina.
Underneath.
My heart is his heart, my light is his light. Okay. Iwakaz Abpa. Bring the name another server. Someone's been playing an archaeology-themed CRPG and it looks interesting. Ooh. There's an archaeology-themed dungeon crawler, but it's for the Philips CDI. My god. My god. Oh, where are the hens? I want the hens.
Where did the hens go? A fearsome-looking beast.
But why have the hens gone? You look at the 3 stones in order. There's a chicken with a star and IAW. There is snake with two snakes, 3 stars, CAZ. A torso with 2 stars. Hang on a sec. If the stars are the order they're supposed to come in, IAW. Oh, Mr. Shoulder's note. Oh, yeah, this. It's dis. It's disden.
It's just a toy. It's no use to me.
You're still not having it, are you? The classic Tomb Raider dungeon crawler could probably be neat. Oh, most def. Most def. I love the Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, the like top-down co-op. Oh shit.
It's dead. The poor thing is beyond help. This is where I dug up Jane's ragdoll.
Yeah, top-down co-op puzzler thing worked really, really well. Can't bury the crow. The left click interactions, the whole there's nothing to be done with it. Where'd the goat go? Why is everything suddenly going to shit?
Hello? Is anyone home? He's not answering.
I have concerns. And then there's a stone. AR. The cobbler has terrible need for leathers. I'm liking that this game is following the found footage movie progression of fuck-uppedness.
Thank you for braving the weather.
Aye, miss. Little rain is no bother. So, may we start?
Yes, we've not a moment to waste. And so, the excavation of Hobbs Barrow began.
We did it, chat! We've arrived! It only took like 8 hours, but we finally made it.
Horace and his men learnt quickly and went about their work with care.
The hob took a massive hob fart, which cleared out the town. You can't smell it because of the
We
hippos.
toiled for hours, rolling away great stones, removing mortar and masonry put in place by Father, Mr. Bryden, and Mr. Shoulder.
You know now. You know the
They had
truth.
gone to great lengths to seal the barrow. I should have realized their efforts were not only to keep us out, but also to keep something contained within.
Should have realized a lot of things at this point, but, well.
Eventually, our careful application of pick, trowel, and shovel gave way to open space. A stagnant, cadaverous odor was let forth.
Cadaverous is such a good word. My favorite part of the excavation of Hobbs' Barrow was the part where they opened the barrow and hobbed all over those guys. I like it. I like it when Thomasina looked at the camera and said, "It's hobbin' time."
The seal was broken. I couldn't believe my eyes.
What is it? What is it?
Splendid work, all of you.
Okay.
Step inside, miss. We'll be right behind you.
Thank you, Horace. I can't wait a moment longer.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I don't know about this. Oh, I don't know about this.
Flowers? I can't get my head around this. How could they possibly grow here? Horace, come see this. Horace?
Just a moment. Let's investigate a few things and then we'll check.
Fairly standard Bronze Age pottery. Smashed to high heaven, I'm afraid. Not worth making a note of.
Empty, time to go home and never come back.
Fairly standard bronze.
Yeah, you said all
Smashed.
that.
Not worth making.
Barrow is to bury a hob, yeah.
A burial urn, perhaps, though there's no sign of ashes.
Gave you pit in the stomach dread?
unremarkable find.
Yeah. They're either gonna seal us in as we try to leave, or there's gonna be a very unfortunate scene outside.
Try as I might, these flowers are steadfastly rooted. Chaps,
They're gone.
I've been abandoned.
What are we doing back in here then?
They're
Game
not
save
budging
timing
an
did not
inch.
help.
A burial urn, perhaps.
Okay.
An unremarkable. They are not budging.
Okay, same dialogue. I wonder if I can cut one.
Let's see if I can cut them away.
Aha.
Incredible. Something has been boarded up here. The boards are held down by 2 large rocks.
I love when horror games drop the, hey, press this to run. Just saying. God. So there's something under the barrow.
Iron stakes have been driven through the boards, holding them
God.
firmly in place. I feel uneasy about what might lie beneath, but what choice do I have?
Can you run away to the railroad tracks? I kind of doubt it.
Horace and company
Yeah,
have departed, it would seem. I must carry on alone.
Nope. I don't think this game has multiple endings. I think you are playing through a very specific story here.
Iron stakes I can't remove the stakes with my bare...
Can we trowel that? Yes.
A passage! Father, I'm coming.
Thomasina is not stupid. Thomasina is singularly driven. She believes that this will bring her father back. She genuinely believes that. And she is, oh my God.
Curses. Am I out of paraffin?
Oh my God.
Thank goodness.
Okay. Okay. That was good. That was good. That was really good. No.
My lantern went out. For
No.
good this time.
No. No. That's a Hobbit flip out here.
I had no choice but to venture forth into the darkness.
Oh, God. Oh, it's making me sweaty, Chad. Just the thought of this is like the worst thing ever.
With each step, the passage narrowed in every conceivable way, until I was on hand and knee, crawling through thick clumps of vegetation.
Oh, God. Oh. Oh.
The odor of that dank soil was somehow unnatural.
One of the most unsettling horror movies I've ever watched is The Descent. And it's mainly just for the sequence where it takes place in a cave. And there's a sequence where some people get stuck. And oh my God, I thought I was going to start hyperventilating watching the movie.
I crawled for an age, until I emerged in a cavern that seemed lit by the very earth itself.
Oh no, The Descent is fantastic. But it's also one of the most stressful horror movies I've ever watched. Okay, well, I can see again. This is an improvement.
What is this place? It's as solid as it looks. This stone panel seems somewhat loose. A thin strip of stone. It's a slightly different color to the rest of the masonry. A thin...
Same deal, okay.
This stone...
Okay, so we need to trowel it out.
The blade of the trowel is too thick.
Chisel then? It's interesting that they gave me 3 tools, all with very similar uses. Trowel, chisel, and knife.
Perhaps I can chip away at the edge of the stonework here.
Honestly, I'd almost rather it was pitch black because I don't want to know what the fuck is lighting this room up.
Well, the chisel broke, but what have we here?
See 3 holes.
I should take a closer look.
Yep, 3 holes.
3 niches have been carved into the stone.
Alright, but what about this panel?
This stone
Wait, did it say firmly?
This stone panel feels firmly affixed.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna be prying that one out. Let's slap the journal.
I should take a close.
Okay, so we get our face in there, and then I assume we do journal stone, shoulder stone, burden stone. Click.
A click?
I just said. Doink.
Incredible.
Oh. Hang on. Sun and the 2 moves me together. Yeah. Yeah, Shoulder's house and Penswick Manor both have moon symbols on them. Okay, we'll probably need these later. Is it?
I should take a click.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I just need to put these in order. Yeah, that was it.
A clicking sound.
Or no.
Nothing happened.
I think that was the right that was the right number of button presses. Oh, it's CAZ. That'll teach me to trust chat. IAW ABPACAZ. That was it. Okay. Oh, it's purple.
Oh my.
Oh, it purple.
The light.
Well, we live here now. Purple is the color of your energy.
Goodness me. There's nothing Bronze Age about
Our
this.
eyes are open.
Roman.
Then now that's appropriate.
Ancient Greek? No, this is something else. The figure is presenting what looks like a sheaf of wheat.
Okay.
I need to find a way out of here.
Or a way deeper in.
A simple pot made of clay. It's small enough to carry with me.
Probably means Slanish, sorry. Yoink.
This one has shattered to pieces. These are all empty. The tiles are broken here, exposing the soil beneath. A beautifully ornate pot. This is the only one with a lid.
Oh, have I stolen y'all's attention away from the other games you're playing? I'm so sorry. Oh, don't break it.
It's sealed tight.
You're gonna break it.
There's something rattling round inside.
Oh, the chisel. The chisel is done. Can we knife it open?
The seal is too tight. I can't get the knife in anywhere.
We might just have to break it.
It's sealed tight. There's something rattling round inside.
What's this box?
There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps. Try as I might, it will not open. There's a small hole in the front of the box. A lock, perhaps. Ice cold. A stream of water is trickling down from the sodden earth above. The figure is holding a whip. There is a nook hidden within the fist, as if to hold something. There is a nook.
Okay. Alright, we got a bunch of stuff to work with here. Na, 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 na. Okay. Now, what was Shoulder's note? My heart is his heart, my light is his light. Okay, whatever.
The soil feels as hard as rock, despite this damp environment.
After we stare at this woman's ass. Well, when she faces away from us, there's nothing much we can do. She doesn't realize she's being watched.
I can't see how that will help me.
Can't.
I'm not sure what...
Okay. I trowel this open?
Some situations do call for brute force.
Okay, just smash it. Fuck
There's
it.
something here, made of wood. It looks like a crank handle.
Oh, I'm gonna crank it.
It looks like a crank handle.
You already said that. And crank the box.
It fits in the hole.
Crank
Let's
it.
see if I can turn it.
Crank that shit.
My word.
It's the thing from the case in Pulp Fiction.
The box is full of seeds. They glow in a most unnatural manner.
Ah, this was
Yet
written
I
about in
feel
the journal.
compelled to take some.
I know what we're doing with this. Oh, I know exactly what we're doing.
The seeds glow in a most unnatural manner.
It fits in the hole. You said that, not me.
The soil is too compact. I can't plant the seeds in soil like this.
You have a trowel, right? You didn't break your trowel, did you? You didn't. Good. Finally, chat. Finally, Thomasina is a lord among point-and-click protagonists because she doesn't arbitrarily discard shit. She keeps things forever. Love this woman.
I've collected some water in the pot.
She gets it. Finally, someone gets it. Your trial period is over. All right. Plant seeds.
There we are.
Cover them up. Water. Whoa. Oh boy.
Am I dreaming?
I've done something.
I can't believe it. The roots descended in mere moments. I simply must be hallucinating. The wheat is firmly rooted. I can't pull it out.
I got something for that too. Shoof. Alright. It's just wheat, right?
I can't begin to comprehend how this sprouted in a matter of seconds.
Alright. Put it in the arm.
It fits.
Good. And then this.
The figure is holding a whip.
Can I grab these?
These roots are strong and tight. I've removed a portion of the root. I'll keep it.
Dream Boy did say we'll know what to do. Surely wouldn't say that just because there's only one solution to get out.
The curious length of root is strong yet flexible.
All right.
I'm almost onto something there.
Oh, do we need to like trim it down or something? Probably need to trim it down.
I do not wish to cut that.
You sure? Ah! Tie it onto the handle.
It's a little crude, but I believe I've fashioned a whip.
Good for you.
A makeshift whip. I think I've done rather well.
Good for you. You should be proud.
It fits.
Well, into the darkness we go. Ooh.
I'm unsure if this had any function. It seems bare of any detail.
There's a lot of rooms.
I can't believe how well preserved these relics look. They must be ancient.
Good.
What in God's name?
It's a goat. It's a
It
slot.
looks like an object could be placed here. It looks like an...
Okay. What's
A
this?
thick, greasy substance is oozing from the broken pot.
Hang on. I wanna save. I wanna save. Good. Can I touch the
I
goat?
shan't go near it.
You sure about that? Oh, God, no. Okay. All right, we shan't.
A thick, in any other circumstance, this beautiful vessel would be one of my greatest finds yet. Here, it seems meaningless. Just an empty pot.
All right, let's see what's in here. Oh, boy.
Incredible. The bust of an eagle. It's facing north, towards the goat. The bust of an ass. It's facing northwest.
Bust of an ass.
The bust of a dog. It's facing east, towards the bear. There's something in its mouth.
We'll take it.
There's something in its mouth. A gold coin. There are no
Ooh.
markings on heads nor tails.
Excellent.
A menacing goat carved from stone.
All right, so if I remember the book correctly, we need them all pointing towards... All eyes must face towards the 7th Archontic. So they all need to be looking at... I'm sorry, did you say hand?
My God! A severed hand is locked in a death grip on the handle. Who did this belong to? Ghastly. The fingers are icy cold. I've managed to pry it off. Should I keep it?
All right.
There's an inscription. Eloios.
Eloias.
There's an inscription. Thartharoeth.
Thartharoeth.
I can't. There's an inscription. Eretheoth.
Eretheoth.
There's an inscription. Ioth.
Io. Ground by the last crank is cracked. Yeah, you can't interact with it, but it does look like something happened there. I mean, obviously something happened there.
It.
That's where what's his face lost his hand. South the Boweth.
There's an Sauriel.
Sauriel.
I can't. There's an V-I-I Roman numerals.
The 7th.
The bust of an E is facing northwest towards the dog. The bust of an it's facing north.
Okay, so I think I screwed this one up. We gotta turn him all the way back around.
This crank is jammed. It won't budge. The bust is facing northwest.
Okay, he's in the right spot. He's in the right spot. He's in the right spot. Okay, they're all in the right spot. This one just won't move.
This crank is...
Apply some force to it.
I can't get it unstuck with this.
Apply some force to it. I shouldn't even try that.
This crank... The hand is dry and withered, like beef that has been left to age.
Can the hand help? Yes, I will get the goot. Relax, y'all. I do enjoy solving puzzles from time to time. Chat demands your
the greasy substance into the pot.
Of course we still have it. Thomasina knows what to do in these games. She's not giving anything up freely.
Substance could act as a lubricant here.
She knows there's more than one use for each pot.
Voila.
Voila. I've done something.
Something has emerged from within the bust. There's something here.
Ooh,
A
okay.
curious object. I'll keep it.
There's 2 other rooms to check, so we probably need to complete the crest that goes in here to make Black Thomas go away, or whatever the hell his name is.
Goodness me.
Cat!
Herbert? It's Herbert. What madness is this? What on earth are you doing down here, you silly cat? Did you follow me? It looks absolutely starving.
You want a hand?
Ghastly.
Coughed up a coin.
A shiny gold coin. Another gold coin. This one also has no markings.
Let the cat become accustomed to the taste of man flesh. I think we can rest pretty well assured that that's not an actual cat.
There is a queer heat emanating from the stone. Extraordinary. An ancient monument so deep beneath the earth. I know not the world I find myself in.
Clearly.
Something is hanging here.
Would it be?
A writhing mass of serpents carved from stone. On the
Very odd.
reverse side is a thin, notched shaft.
Okay.
Perhaps a key of some nature.
Really no. What is that in the right? I mean, there's 2 statues here.
The statue echoes the mural back in the first chamber. The statue bears no moving parts or secrets, it would seem. The statue echoes...
Okay. They probably need to put something in its hands.
A hole has been driven into the side of the stone.
Does this go in here?
It is merely a hole. There is no mechanism here.
Okay. Don't touch suspiciously warm stones or radioactive.
The statue...
This room was probably mentioned in the book as well. think coins?
No.
No. Coin on a statue?
No.
No. Let me check out the other room. The other room might have something for this. Ooh.
This figure makes my skin crawl somewhat. What exactly is it? It presents a small, rounded object. The man is presenting a small, rounded object. A remarkably accurate depiction for something that must be so ancient. It's an ancient vessel, the shape of which I haven't seen before. There is a thin slot set into the front of it, not unlike a piggy bank.
Okay. Aha.
Characters, perhaps Greek in origin? Astonishing. An ancient device. A symbol is carved into the surface. I recall it from my research. The Ouroboros, a serpent swallowing its own tail.
Okay.
This has the appearance of some sort of dial. The notches seem to correlate to the holes on the right-hand side of the contraption. Perhaps there is some sort of key to activate this contraption.
Like the one I'm holding? It would seem
fits.
so.
Something moved in another room.
Hey! All right, we got a big snakehead.
A shaft of inexplicable light is beaming from the mouth of the serpent. Extraordinary.
So I think we need to get this beam into this hole. And we need to put something...
No, that's a peculiar...
Yeah, we need to put something there to reflect it, perhaps. Maybe I don't have what that is yet. So it seems like the other side... Or what if... Hang on, wait a sec. Is that doing anything? Ah, there... Okay, there's...
The statue is well out of reach.
Okay. So maybe... Do they have maybe they have multiple positions. Disturbing number of holes we have to insert things into in this barrow. So if I do that, will it now actually point in the hole? No, okay. I might have a, hang on, I might have a thought here. Because there was a thing stuck in that one. It can be removed. Okay.
A thin rod with tiny notches along the shaft. The head is adorned with an Ouroboros.
Ouroboros. So we can stick that into different holes.
A thin piece of stone.
Yeah, I don't think that's what we need. Okay, so did that do the thingy thing? Yes, that was it.
Remarkable. The statue bears...
Okay, but that didn't change anything about what he's doing.
Extraordinary. An ancient monument. I know not the...
Okay, so we need to get this one doing that. And I think it's pointing to the right place. I just need another one of those keys. So anyway, there's this thing.
I can't move it an inch. There is a thin slot.
So let's shove the coins in here.
The coin went in.
Coin went in.
I don't think anything happened.
Because you need two, right?
The coin went in. Something stirred within the plinth. I should take a closer look down there. The characters are now protruding out from the plaque. Perhaps I can push them in some manner.
Okay. We found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. So maybe... Yeah. You just push the ones there's only one of. Ooh. Stuff.
This must be important.
We've got the other rod.
A thin rod with tiny notches along the shaft. The head is adorned with a coiled serpent.
What was the code? So the trick to that one, Loam, is that a number of these characters repeated, but 4 of them did not. And the clue was we found the code was simply in the singularity of the characters. So you only had to push the 4 symbols that didn't repeat. And then... I read a banana. Wait, what? Sorry, what is on this one?
The small rod is topped with the carved depiction of a coiled serpent. Small indentations and protrusions run along the shaft.
Banana. Okay, that should do it for the other room. Yes! Yes! I broke it! Hurrah!
Could there be something inside?
Just reach right in there. Just stick your whole ass arm in there.
What's this?
It's a piece of the thing you've been collecting.
A piece of stone, carved into the shape of a crescent moon. It must be important.
All right, I think we got it. Let's go slap him into this thing. We got this.
It fits.
Of course it does. It's a puzzle. We got this.
Fits.
And we got this.
It fits.
So pleased with herself every time. Goodbye.
Oh, it's gone.
Okay. I know I don't need to, but I'm going to save here anyway. No goat. A female British archaeology enthusiast who loves solving ancient puzzles and destroy artifacts, treading new ground here.
2 fearsome serpents have been painted onto what appears to be a shield. I can make out chains hanging from above, holding it in place.
See holes.
I wonder if this had any relevant meaning. I believe this might be the lid of the small tomb. The soil has hardened into a thick casing.
Bag was helping an online friend with something because they work as a teacher in Japan. We're trying to recommend good LGBT plus manga for Pride Month to recommend their students. Nice.
Kaja? Saja? I have no idea what it means.
She just says the same thing.
A page, perhaps torn from a book?
Remember seeing the black goat when we tried to milk the grumpy goat and saw the one guy's suicide? Have we seen it other places that I missed? I'm not sure.
What have we here? This is my father's handwriting.
I don't recall.
A page torn from his journal?
Samuel's hand was ripped clean off by an unseen force. There was so much blood. It remains to be seen if Saxnot was the perpetrator of this shocking act. He's a sturdy lad and he'll live, but he is shaken. I am shaken. Mr. Shoulder, however, seems very keen to push on. The man is positively chipper. He's right, though. We do have a job to do, and by Jove, we will get it done. Oh, Dad.
Saxnot.
You daft idiot.
Empty. Empty. It's been smashed to smithereens.
Smithereens. I do love that word too.
What a hideous sight.
Touch it. Oh, Christ. Yeah, it's pretty hideous,
The
all right.
horn looks quite real. No movement there. The eye seems somewhat loose in its socket.
You wiggle everything.
Try as I might, I cannot pry it open. It looks like something could be mounted here.
Hobbs' face from the dream? I believe so, yeah. It does look like it. You're doing the opening of Mario 64. Alright, so that's just notes on what happened there.
Another barrier to my progress, it would seem.
Oh, there's something down here too. Almost missed that.
A small round niche has been carved into the side of this slab.
Supreme Muse System Shock Remake is $48. Why is that? Can I trowel the soil? I can.
A
What'd I do?
goat has been buried here.
A very tiny goat,
Gruesome.
apparently. Very tiny
A
goat.
horn has broken away from the skull. I'll take it.
Must have taken a ton of time to remaster a game that company. I mean, they've been working on it for years. Goat horn. Nope. Goat horn with fixture.
The horn fits perfectly, as if by design.
Cool. Curious about this eye.
The eye seems to follow.
Maybe poke it?
If I can just wedge the knife under here. Got it.
Pop. Alright.
This key was found clenched within the jaw of the horned bust.
Alright,
The eye is rather unsettling to look at.
Can I shove that in the niche? I've made something else happen.
Remarkable. There's a key hidden in here.
Okay. Take it.
There's a key. I'll take it.
Okay. What about in this one?
A keyhole.
Alright. So now I have 2 keys. Probably this one, right?
The key doesn't seem to fit.
Okay, it was the key from his mouth goes in there. And the tomb key will go into something else.
The key fits. Sounds like a mechanism creaked somewhere far above me.
Somewhere far above you. How odd.
That is well out of my reach.
True. Can you move this?
It's very heavy.
Okay.
That is well out. 2 fearsome. I can make out. I wonder if this had any relevance.
Okay, so now got a key.
Is that blood? A keyhole.
Oh, the key goes in his eyeball.
It fits. Sounds like a mechanism creaked somewhere far above me.
Aha! The hell is that?
What a horrific racket. That dreadful sound seems to be coming from behind the opening. I can almost make out a pattern, a tune of sorts.
Is this where you finally use the fiddle? Hang on. Oh God. Yeah, I see the notes on the staff. Yeah, Guitar Hero time. Oh, it must be. It's probably this. Well, there's only two ways this can go.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, 5 notes. Okay, cool. That was it. That's a lot of Herberts. That's a shitload of Herberts.
It's all just
Cats.
hogwash.
What?
Is this all in my head?
How did you do that? Oh God. Cat hoarders down here. All right, what do we
A
got?
sun, all-star, an eye. It is rather unsettling.
Thanos snapped the
A
cats.
crescent moon. The plaque is inscribed with Latin text. My father understood the language well. I'm afraid I don't. It says...
Yeah, I can't read that. All right, so let's see what the book has to say about this. Dead language reveals the path, for thou art the moon, the chief of the stars. Listen to the things I have said, follow the words of my mouth, reveal thyself to me. Okay, so moon, stars, listen, mouth, I suppose. Let's save here again. Moon. Nah. Oh, hello. Well, we've been here before.
Father?
With popish tricks and relics rare, the priests their flocks do gull. In casting out the earth take care. Huzzah! I've found a skull.
What a cheerful fellow. Oh, God. I found his skull. All right. Ooh, a page.
This is my father's handwriting.
What else happened down here? My initial suspicions are proving to be true. We are not dealing with a mere folk goblin conjured up in the minds of farmers on which to blame their failures. Saxnot may dwell here, but he is not alone. I think back to all I've studied, all I have learned. Everything points to the possibility of a much more malign influence. Something long forgotten stirs within this bleak place. Something dark, something monstrous longs for attention. I have prepared the tablet. I will put an end to this. All right.
I don't understand.
I think you're about to.
What is this tablet he keeps referring to?
More than you want to.
I think these are clouds. The palm of a hand. An array of stars.
All right, into the star door. Big fan of star doors. Called Necronomicon.
3, 2, 1. You can open your eyes now, Thomasina. Come.
Oh, hi.
Are you ready for your first excavation?
Father!
Capital. Make sure you remember everything I've taught you. I have a feeling you might find something special.
Can you hear me, Father?
Like a still beating
Is it really
heart.
you?
I'll be watching from the steps, my little bird. Good luck.
Thought he was gonna explode or something.
Thomasina, a true archaeologist, uses the tools of her trade.
Being chided by Dream Dad. I don't have any tools. Oh, the trowel's over here. I couldn't see it with the color shift.
Nothing.
As it was before.
Nothing.
As it was before.
Oh, the wretched smell.
Awesome.
What is the meaning of this? Father?
Yeah, right? No pages.
A burning flame. A symbol presents itself. An oak?
What the hell is that sound file from? I don't remember. Hear me. Hi.
She looks devastated. Mother? He is awake.
Thomasina, is that you?
Oh, hey.
Father,
What's going on?
It's me.
My dear, sweet little bird. I'm so very dreadfully hot. Please remove these covers. They suffocate me so.
This is gonna be horrible.
You can talk again.
And I've got so much to
Oh,
ask
this is gonna be horrible.
so much to tell you. But please, first, the covers.
Father, your body.
Oh, my dear, clever girl. You're so close now. How good it is to finally speak with you again.
But
don't worry. It will all be fine soon.
Yes, this is
Get
fine.
close to the end, little
This
bird.
is totally fine. Yep. This is all going great. This is exactly what we wanted.
it looks like a rolling sea or river. It almost looks poised to speak. A crown.
Just to double check. Make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Mouth. Moon, stars, listen, mouth. Okay. Slap a band-aid on and walk it off, buddy. I think a spot of D won't fix. I wonder how deep under the earth she is at this point. it's open. Oh God, it's open. Oh good Lord, it is so open. Take the wrong path and just come back around or you die. I would assume you just go back around. This doesn't seem like the kind of game that kills you.
My God.
Alcatraz! What the hell is that? The stones! The 3 stones! You put them together! It's got the head of the rooster, a body of the man, and...
This ends now.
snake legs? Yeah, this is probably pretty fucked.
Soil. There's something here, in the soil.
We'll dig it up! We didn't come all this way for... Ooh. Hello.
A tablet, made of lead. There's an inscription scratched into it. Aliges daemonium incantamentum. With mine blood shall thou be bound to the earth, and only with mine blood shall thou be freed. This is what Saxnot was referring to. My father wrote this? I know what I need to do.
Here we go. If you're squeamish, don't watch this part. I mean, that's not too bad, but some people really don't like that kind of thing. Old-fashioned cursed tablet indeed. Be free! Yeah, you fucked it, didn't you? Yep. You done?
I still scarcely believe what I saw looming over me in that Stygian chamber.
Stygian! Stygian is seriously one of my favorite words ever. I love it.
How does one even attempt to describe the indescribable? The vision before me defied all logical explanation. All my efforts to do so have fallen on deaf ears, merely providing a chance to be mocked, pitied, and dismissed as mentally unsound.
Extra D always gets you? Yeah, sorry about that.
I dare not commit that unfathomable glimpse to paper, but it was real, Mother. He is real. Not an imaginary terror, but a demon, a god brought to life. I turned
Extra
and
D is
ran,
nice to have.
striving to somehow make my way out of that accursed Barrow alive, inspirited by the hope that my squalid deed had freed Father from his plight. Speechless voices whispered to me in unknown tongues that grew louder with every step. Suddenly, there was light.
It's our friendo. Hey, bud.
I saw him too. That night I saved your father. Ever since then, I've felt his corruption growing within me. It grew stronger and stronger as he raged against the incantation that bound him beneath the soil. I fought him with all my might, tried hard to bury him in the corners of my mind. Oh, Thomasina, how I tried, but I could deny him no longer. I became naught but an instrument. His voice became my own. I deceived you. I'm sorry. I am his now. Soon we'll all be his. Hail Abrexus Rex.
Whoa! Jesus! And we're back.
Well, I say, she's done it, Leonard.
Your lordship, I believe she has. My dear Miss Bateman, there is a god about whom you know nothing, because men have forgotten him. We call him by his name, Abraxas.
Welcome back, Master. Come, Leonard. We must await him at the chapel.
Aye, only there shall he be complete.
The 7th day? Vindicta?
Ah, Miss Bateman. Welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time. Terrible weather this evening.
It seemed like
Is it
Abraxas
not?
possessed her, yeah.
Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see. A bit of rain won't kill me, will it? You mustn't be interested in me nattering on.
Does that explain why she wasn't
Give my
speaking?
regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do
When they walk it off, just like her father.
you'll catch your death out here.
My earbuds died, so give me 1 second. Welp. I would like to actually hear what's going on. It's all drugs, the end. Long dress, maybe we got snags now. Sneaks. Okay. Alright. Once more with feeling. I can't believe our little Gobbo buddy got vaporized. Maybe the Elder God is friendly. Alright. Please continue. Here we are. One more Elder God cat. Oh boy. You might wanna head the other way. You're probably not gonna. Yup. Go outside. I'm 99% sure you can't. I think I see where this is going.
Ah, Mr. Kemp. Welcome.
My heart is his heart, your lordship.
And my light is his light. We've a full house for today's sermon. You'd best take your seat.
My heart is his heart, your lordship.
And my light is his light, Mr. Long.
You have made an Eden here, your lordship. We are ever so thankful to you.
I assure you, Mr. Long, this is only the beginning. Please, join the others inside.
My heart is his heart.
And my light is his light, dear Leonard. How are you feeling?
Fit as a fiddle.
After you.
Several years later.
And now I sit in this dismal room, day after day, year after year. Imprisoned and committed with seemingly little hope of redemption. You have chosen not to visit me, and I understand that, I do. Indeed, I've had but one visitor, Arthur Tillett. He comes to see me once or twice a year. A loyal and decent man who tried in vain to warn me of the wicked plot concocted by Lord Panswick and Mr. Shoulder. Thankfully, Midland Railway accepted his transfer request. He and his wife were able to leave that damnable village several weeks after my excavation. It feels like an age has passed since that fateful night at Ticehurst House, but finally, you have my full account. I thought I knew my father. As I look back on my childhood memories, I can only conclude that it was his wish to protect me from the true nature of his endeavors. But why didn't you tell me the truth, especially after what happened to him at Hobbs Barrow? Why did you allow me to grow up idolizing a man who didn't exist? I did not kill father. It was he that guided my hand. I was in thrall to that most malevolent force. Abraxas. I beg you to understand. He has had his revenge, but I know he will return. Where is he now? What more is he capable of?
So yeah. Can't she just explode everyone and escape? So she was only possessed by Abraxas for as long as it took him to take revenge on his captor. That's what he wanted. He wanted to finish the job that he started. After that, he left her to her fate. Which we see here.
I only wanted to save my father. Oh, Mother. What have I done?
Well, you gone and fucked everything up, that's for sure.
Forgive me.
On the other hand, there's no way we let go of the trowel, so we can just dig our way out. Woof. Oh my god, that was really good, but yeah, bad end indeed. I definitely didn't expect the ending to be that grim. It definitely wasn't all hogwash. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably one of the darkest endings I've seen to one of these games. How many other ends are available? Any? I imagine none. I think if you design a game with an ending that dark, you don't let people get out of it. And I mean, the whole game is framed as her recounting her mistakes. So, yeah. Very Lovecraft-esque with the hero going insane or put in prison if not killed. Yes, yeah. It very much follows the theme of Lovecraft, where people are just utterly destroyed by the gentlest touch of these otherworldly forces. Good job, Dave Gilbert, for the voice direction. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Glad the Mythos thing survived Lovecraft's stupid racism. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Not a fan of bad endings. Some people like them. I do. Yeah, I pretty much always find bad endings to be more interesting than the good ones. Because it's always interesting to me to go on a journey and accomplish so much and not get everything that the character wanted, you know? And also, I mean, I feel like everything fits together here particularly well, you know? She had a very different concept of her father than who he actually was, because she only knew what he told her and showed her as a child. And so she sought to follow in his footsteps without actually knowing where his footsteps led. And once she had an idea that she could save her father from his fate, I mean, she was obsessed with that. She couldn't let anything get in the way, no matter how obviously terrible an idea it was. How did the sweeping lady live for transgressing against the Lord? Well, I mean, they would have killed Arthur Tillett given the chance, I'm sure, but he was able to transfer out of the town. So it occurs to me that the end of this is that Abraxas was released. He used his power to possess Thomasina so he could have his revenge. And then it seems like he returned to Bewley and like granted the people there his blessing. The surprise Tillard was allowed to live. It seems like other than killing Thomasina's father, he wasn't particularly bloodthirsty or vengeful outside of that. Bad endings can be well done. I'd say this was well written. I always take the good ending if I want to slow down the slide and just barrel. But I mean, you also get themes and messages. Last Bosses, thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciated. If y'all are curious about, those of you raiding in, if you're curious about the excavation of Hobbs Barrow, I just finished it and I'm talking about the ending. So those of you wishing to avoid spoilers, I won't blame you for peacing out real quick. But yeah, you get some themes and messages with bad endings that you can't really get from good ones. Like this one is very poignant about misunderstanding the people you care about and misunderstanding your responsibility to them. You know, her absolute drive, her overwhelming desire to save her father only further doomed him and herself. Like there is a very salient danger in an obsession like that. Interesting, you said you found several estimates of 6 to 7 hours and several 12, 13. This is about 8 to 9. Yeah. Yeah, so it is odd that there's a wide range, like there's a huge variance in how long it takes people to get through this game, which is really interesting because there's, as far as I know, there's not really alternate paths through it. It's a very straight shot. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's people getting I don't know if it's people getting particularly stuck on puzzles. I don't know if it's people clicking through the dialogue. I really couldn't say. System Shock Remake's really good. Got good gamepad keybinds. Well, they're releasing it. I don't think they have yet, but I think they're going to be releasing it on console too. So good of them to make those considerations for it. So yeah, overall, I think this is excellent. I think this is a really, really good game. It still doesn't top The Last Door for me. I don't think anything ever will top The Last Door. I will say, I don't know. I'm tempted to say that this is a better design point-and-click adventure game than The Last Door is. I like it. But I would want to revisit The Last Door before I said that for sure. It is definitely one of the best designed point-and-click adventure games I've ever played. It is very, very smartly designed to prevent people from getting particularly stuck in it. It is exactly as large of a game as it needs to be. I feel like this game takes place over a very, very small number of scenes. And considering how much happens in it, like it only... Yeah, because it only takes place in and around Bewley. There's only one building you enter. And then there's the endgame sequence. So it's not a big game. It's not a sprawling game. It's very tightly designed, and I greatly respect that. And still manages to get anywhere from 6 to 12 hours of gameplay out of a very small country town. And only 3 days. Only 3 days of action, you would say. I was expecting it to go on longer than that, but each day was so filled with activity that, yeah. I really like the slow horror reveals in this. I'm not super into endings. They're like, you got tricked into doing the one thing you could do, you fool. Yeah, I think the build-up in this game is really, really good, because the first day you only get some light inklings that something is wrong, and then the second day is a very steady ramp-up of, like, things might be wrong, things are definitely wrong, oh god, everything is fucked. And then by the third day, you're just on a collision course with fate. It's a really, really good build-up. Everyone here that likes these games needs to play Last Door. Yes, yes. The Last Door is truly excellent. Plays with a lot of these themes, does it masterfully, if you ask me. But yeah, really, really, really good stuff. So yeah, glad we did this, chat. Glad we took this adventure together. Anyway, I do believe that's gonna do it for tonight. We've excavated. We did it. We did the thing we said we would do, and it's did. This game has 40 achievements. I've gotten 32 of them, which is interesting. Looks like there is... yes. There looks like there's some side stuff you can do. I don't think it's like branching story stuff or anything like that. But yeah. Anyway, schedule. Oh shit! Click the wrong thing. Schedule-wise, tomorrow night, the Power Hours, we return. We've got some absolutely terrible-looking stuff on deck to start with, and then hopefully after that we can get to the Game Boy games and see how they are. On Friday, we're doing a variety night. I will take a look at the System Shock demo. I will take a look at Railway Empire 2. I will take a look at some really crazy-looking indie games and all that jazz. And then more Power Hours on Saturday. So, but for now, let's go find somebody to raid, since the last bosses was so nice. to drop us one like that. Let's see. I think after all that darkness, we could wind down with a little light. So let's head over to Dama. They're playing Spin Rhythm. Let's join them for that. Should be a good time. Like 21 hours, Friday stream will be here. or you know, Thursday. Could be that too. Oh boy. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you very much for humoring me as we excavated Hobbs Barrow. This game was fantastic. I had a wonderful time with this, and hopefully you enjoyed seeing it. Maybe you'll even play through it yourself to find some of the stuff that I didn't. But either way, regardless, in any event, thanks again for coming out. Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow night for yet more Power Hours. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.